to this week's shenanigans with the damaged goods. I believe a recap is in order. Our adventurers have found themselves amidst the bowels of hell in the first layer of Avernus, the war-torn battlefield of the Demon War, the Blood War. It's not important. However, what is important is that in leaving the caldera, which once was fitly named as Magellan's Fortress and housed a vault of sorts called Magellan's Purse, this all sets the mood of their impulse to leave. So you guys had found an issue right away, which was the limestone that makes up this sort of impact site had been through years of erosion from a vile liquid called Demon Ichor, created a geyser-like
minefield?
Gauntlet. There's a good one too. That's really good as well. Gauntlet is what I'm going to use. That you needed to pass. It led directly to the iron fortress of the ruined fort itself, and you guys thought that flight might be your best way of circumventing it. Tricksy, yet effective. You all took flight, wizards in tow, and managed to get doused in a lot of demon ichor.
I'm covered in goo.
After burst of the hot, sticky, acrid substance coated some of your bodies. Just briefly before you heard the bellows of a horn, and several creatures popped up. Scavengers of sorts, wicked, wolf-like from their distance, however, covered in hides and rope. These creatures popped up, alerted something you may not be privy to at this point, and loosed a number of crossbow bolts as your party, as you deftly flew over the encampment of the iron barricade and made your way bleeding onward. And that's where we're left off today. Still in flight, slightly too severely injured. However, aloft in the air, you've crested over the fortress and are now clearing about 300 to 400 feet. As Agamemnon, coughing up blood, puts his hand to his neck, and you can all hear his bellowing voice as he says, "We might need to find safety, at least for those of us who need healing." And he pushes forward. Yes?
May I reach backward to my pal on the broom here, sensing his grievous wounds and coughing phlegm noises. I will give him 20 hit points from a lay on hands. I know. Just 20. Just 20. Grudge. Cough it up. Grudge.
I'm
cough
too
it up.
head. I can't hear
Spit
you
it out.
guys.
Spit it out. I smacked you in the back.
Oh my god.
Is that better?
Hey Val,
Yeah.
you may need to work on your piloting, bud.
I didn't think it was that bad.
You look good from over here.
I'm just dripping sludge.
Let's keep going, bud.
I got a
keep it
little on me
lower.
too.
I cruise, and I'll keep an eye out for any of our group that look like
You hear
they're-
Heidi kind of bellow out from the. Oh, you guys. Are you all right?
We're
We're good. She raises her fucking hand and a thumbs
it-
up.
Are
Pop
we
out
continuing
demon
as a
ichor
group, or are
loogies.
we?
Yeah, the landscape of Avernus is kind of unfolded before you. Beyond the shattered like spines that had encased this sort of bowl of land you had just passed over, you guys have gotten to see the full landscape. It dips and comes up. There are, in the vast distance, sort of a mountain range that appears to sweep along the periphery of as far as you can see. The roiling sky above you continues onward, and you do see there's impact sites. There's sort of like forests of these like pillared like cliff faces. But it is vast, and it stretches some 100, 200 miles beyond you. You guys are almost at a point where you're kind of looking down at it, like you came from a higher elevation as it begins to descend. Like you're in, what is it? If you're in Iowa, no, if you move to like South Dakota and you look behind you as you're driving along the stretch of road and you see like everything, that's kind of what it is.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Alrighty.
Ooh, yeah.
Should we keep flying
Well,
until
we
the
need
flying
to
runs
find
out?
something.
I look to Amemnon. Is he continuing flight, or did he pause to heal?
He and Guile appear to be kind of like next to each other, both with their own spells of flight, and you see him from the inside of his robe take out a long staff and sort of like raise it to the air as he casts a spell from it, and he begins to gain a little bit of strength back.
Do I see anything that might remotely resemble a location where we can take respite?
Take a perception check. Joe.
Okay.
I can set the broom down if you find us a good location. I wouldn't mind.
Where did Op?
I mean, you never know. Let's
you
find
feel?
it out.
Rustle up one of those speeches of mine.
Hey,
Well,
19.
Fond of.
Nice.
Do one of those?
Yes, I can do one a short rest. Oh, isn't that lovely?
That might
Do
be
I
lovely.
like more hit points?
I'm okay for now. I
What?
think
I turned
it's a
around to
full
look at
day. You just see just dripping in ichor.
Well, let
No,
me
you
know
can get rid of that.
if we take a short rest. I will.
It's like the worst shaking dog thing because it all happens at once.
No.
You can't do it.
Prestidigitation. I cannot.
We probably covered on half of what he had.
What? There's a lot of questions. I was doing math in my head and my brains. What?
We're just dicking around. We're dicking around.
Dicking around.
Flying.
Oh, perception. Yeah.
19.
19.
That's like 50%.
Okay, so beyond you can see this. The caldera is actually like half impacted in this cliff face. There's an elevated mesa that comprises the, I guess what I would say is the left half from
Sure.
your direction, or the western half. And it does stretch and curve, and you do see a couple almost like fjord-like ravines or like breaks in the shattered stone. You could assume that there would be places that you could find respite, but you don't know the creatures that could be inhabiting those areas. The most notable thing to your eyes, as well as Bodlin sort of piping up as you realize this, is a cloud of dust that appears to be moving towards your direction, about 2 miles off to the
Okay.
eastern side.
Is it like a trail of dust or is it a wall?
It's a trail of dust.
Okay.
And it appears to almost look like a cone, like a puff of dust. And Bodlin says before you even really are able to do it, he says, "There appears to be intruders or something off to the east."
Agamemnon, there are fjords and potential places for respite over there that may be out of their line of sight.
Let's head that direction.
All right. Zoom, zoom.
You guys have about an hour of flight ahead of you. And you guys can clear over into that distance. There's also like an elevated section you could go to too, just to land.
Sure.
But it's right up to you. It doesn't really matter.
I guess follow the group.
Yeah. Can I
I'm
be
just following the leaders.
Yeah, I'll probably keep like survival eye out for just like level ground, safe space away from potential hazards.
I'd say
Defensible.
within about 15 to 30 minutes, you guys can make it to the top face
Kind
of
of like a
this
good
mesa.
vantage. Yeah.
There doesn't appear to be inhabited,
Okay.
but you guys can land definitely on top.
Yeah.
And as you do,
Signal to the.
Amemnon crumbles a little bit under his own weight, and Heidi also needs support from two of the wizards here.
See, that staff isn't very good.
How's Heidi doing?
She's not doing great.
Vander?
Yeah, they begin to sort of lick their wounds and set up a very tentative camp. Barely taking off bags as they're starting to grab a stock of potions that they already have. This sort of huge, it's, Bodlin has it on his back, but it's one of his bags, and it has about 15 to 20 or so vials that you are all very well accustomed to. These are potions of healing. Some of them greater, some of them lesser. Yeah.
Does it appear that the trail of dust is continuing to pursue us, or was it just making a tour.
Yeah, peeking over the edge, which is not very far away, you can see it is making its way in your direction. They're still about, I would say, half a mile off, and they are what looks like moving at a breakneck speed.
Okay.
Half a mile's not far. Can you see what they are?
I'll say like a mile.
Oh.
Okay.
I lied at first when I had told you that story.
Can I try to fly out over them and see what it is? From up in the air?
Who's got your fly? Oh, you
I
have
got
boots.
wings and
She
boots
got
and
You got
wings
4
and
hours,
boots.
right?
Yeah.
Sounds
And then
good.
every there's a certain every so minutes or whatever it like recharges. So actually they're
Oh,
just
so-
like crazy.
We talked about that before you got here. You need to check to see if it says at dawn, because there are no
Where
dawns
do
in hell.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, we can. Let's just say for now,
Don't worry
because we
about it.
didn't really talk about it, we'll
Sure.
not worry about that, and I'll just stick to the
I
classic
do know I have
rules.
4 hours at least
Oh.
per something.
Yeah, but I mean, if
But-
at any point we really want to, we can definitely change that rule. But for now, there will be an hour at some point where things will reset.
I'm going to go to our lovely
Up
demolitions
to 4 hours all at once
expert.
during several shorter flights.
Spixer?
I'm going to go up to Spixer. Spixer, do you have anything that we could use to make this location less fun for people approaching us?
Yeah, you see, he sort of like has grabbed this device from his backpack. That's sort of a scalloped like piece that is activated. It rings around into a shield, and he says, "No, I don't think so for right now. We're pretty, I would say, vulnerable, but we have the advantage of height on our
We
side."
do have advantage of the high ground. I was hoping. Do
Why?
you have anything? Well, I was hoping to go leave a few presents in the path of those pursuing us.
What?
I just kind of.
I shrug.
I'm just gonna say, look.
Oh, okay.
Do you have something that I can put in their path that would cause? It would be a good dissuasion.
How do we
From
know
his
they're-
bag, he like whips out a spyglass and looks out
Oh, that's
over it. Ooh, we should get closer. I think. It's like
Is that our contact?
Did I already
5,
go?
6.
Or
He's like a mile.
6 transportation devices. Ooh, interesting. Make definition and final. He whips out his notebook and begins to like write. and sketch a little
Fixer.
bit.
Task on hand. Do they appear?
6 of them. 4 Hell Riders and a Tormentor. I don't know. Bad. Don't want to get run over by them, but appears to be ridden on by some creatures.
Keep our distance.
And he begins to sort of like write in his notebook, barely paying attention.
Fixer, may I borrow your spyglass, please?
No, I need it.
Spixer. Can I borrow?
He sits down on his little shield and is inching his way towards the cliff. as he's
Fixer, they
writing
are on their way
feverishly.
to kill us.
Hey, we have the upper hand. We're high enough, and honestly, they're not going to be able to ride all the way up the wall.
I'm gonna step next to Grudj and wrap my arm around his waist and fly over to above.
There you go.
You guys can see a
Carrying
similar
Grudj
thing.
like
At this
like
point,
on my
Okay.
side.
you see about 6 individual machines.
Yeah,
4 of them appear to have one creature on top of it. They are hunched over, almost like hyena-like.
More like the ones we saw on top
Yeah,
of the wall.
they're very
Bone
large
graveyard
for
and
these
Sure.
devices, and they have
Sure,
these sort of wicked 2-wheeled transportation devices that they're going on. It's an amalgam of sharp iron and plumes of smoke, but they are headed in your direction. Behind them is what appears to be sort of like what we would know as like a buggy type of thing.
Sure.
Also pseudo armored. There are these open pockets on either side, and they appear to have about 4 that you can see creatures inside of them, one of which his head and body is sort of like up above the whole thing and is shouting out directions. He appears to be a different color than the others.
Sure.
Has armor that is sort of like half tanned skins and skulls with this mask of bone. But yeah, they are making their way towards the hillside, and as they see you guys have disappeared over the top, they're still coming your direction, but you don't know what they're doing. Oh, I would say, because yeah, you guys can see them, so they.
I'm just saying, I took us just above them so that we're like hovering above wherever they are and kind of following.
They're kind of like a mile off. It takes them a little bit of time to get to you.
Okay.
But you guys can make your way over for sure.
Cool. So is there one that is specifically in the lead that if it lost, say, its front wheel, it would cause a problem for the rest of the column?
There is one. So there's kind of.
It's that front guy.
They're in like a V shape almost.
Sure.
Where there's one that's pulling just ahead of these two-wheeled transportation devices, and then three behind.
Cool.
What do you
How
think?
far up are you guys?
Safe.
I'd like to be within. Nuanen, I'd
High
like to
enough
be
that
within
we're
about
safe.
90 feet of the front guy.
That's real fucking close, and will take a long time and a lot of distance from.
Don't leave the group.
I mean,
do
we
you
got
think
like
they
what,
fly?
a minute? Because they look like they're going.
They're moving very quickly.
Well, I look at a
In our
Memnon. Does it
direction.
look like
Yeah,
Are
a
they going
Memnon
faster
is-
than 60 miles an hour?
but you guys are also like about 150 feet up on this cliff face.
So it's not like if they really got to us, they could.
A Memnon.
Yeah, how concerned?
Let's just go back. A Memnon.
You see he's already taken off a portion of his robes. This is the first time you can see his sort of like crimson skin, and he is just like
Stitching
like,
himself.
fully weeping blood as Guile and him are attempting to get him to a place where he can.
Does it look like sufficient enough?
I just
Yeah, did
it
he?
out.
Because he
Make a
tried to
medicine
heal
check.
himself. Did he fail?
Yeah, probably.
You see, it's definitely lessened.
Oh.
Whereas it was a
18?
grievous wound, it's not so much, huh?
18?
He's able to walk, able to move, but he lost way more than half of his life.
Okay, just I saw you heal Grudj
His
earlier.
vitality.
I'll take care of him.
I
this
like
time.
pop my knuckles and
Don't
see
do it.
you like.
Nope, I got it. I just reach into my bag. I kind of take 2 bottles, and shake them together like I'm making a drink. One of them starts glowing, and I just kind of pour it on him. Kind of in the area where he's wounded.
Like a healing lotion.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you using?
I am using.
Skyrite.
I'm not using Skyrite.
What are you talking about?
What?
Are you drunk?
I'm using one of my features, my health potion features. So it is. Okay, it's been a while. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get it.
Be just short circuiting.
So it goes +5, and
Minus 10 points.
so it's 2d4 plus 10 plus 2d6 plus 5.
Okay, that sounds great. Roll that for me.
Wow, 2 hit points. 4
So
Memnon.
he gains 14 hit points, and then he gains
How many circuiting?
an
Very
extra
You do?
another 14 temporary hit points.
Oh shit, yo.
Okay.
You scaled me! Oh, he's a better
I heard
Peter's a better healer than Val.
It is kind of one of my main things.
And it's like a lotion that you put on him.
army pants and flip flops, so I
What's
started
that?
wearing
It's a
army pants
lotion
and
you kind of rub on
flip-flops.
the area.
It's like a spray
I
foam.
put a little
Sounds
less
like-
effort into it. He's got to rub it in. I'm just kind of
Okay,
pouring
sounds
it on
good.
him.
Guile will rub that in for you.
Okay.
As the wound does close up to the point where it's not bleeding at all, and he takes a sigh of relief and says, "Thank you. That could have been a lot worse, and I wasn't expecting that so early in the day."
Well, you can't be slowing us down now, so.
Does anyone in the group look like they're suffering from poison?
You see, the rest of everyone has kind of taken enough
Banner.
hit points and shirked off whatever ichor they've sustained to get to
Sure.
the point of health.
Agamemnon, we do appear to have company approaching. Gnolls in variety.
Bodlin had said that earlier. Are you sure you can identify? Have you ran into those before? Give me a cursory nature check.
We cut their ears off in the cave.
Oh,
Back home in
have you?
September. I have.
We've
Yeah.
totally come across.
We've
those.
come
yeah.
across Knowles, yeah.
Yes.
They appear
Yeah, you
they,
have. Uh-huh.
And those like
Yeah.
upright.
They
sorts
appear
of
to be
dog
gnollish
hiding
in
eyes.
nature.
I was there.
So many scary things.
There's
Well,
so many, they'll look the same after a while. They just,
I guess it is to be expected that the wastes of Avernus may have traveling war bands that will be very...
Admittedly,
Easy to
I
work
may concur with Spixer that their means of transportation may be quite advantageous to us, as it may not immediately draw suspicion as much as flight would.
You want to ambush them?
What's the intention?
Well, if we can drive their own vehicles, we may look more like residents rather than interlopers.
so steal their things.
I mean, that
Hiding
sounds
in
kinda
plain
nice.
sight as best we can.
You don't think I match with Hell's?
Spixer,
Oh, my dear.
would you prefer hands-on knowledge
so
so
don't ruin the
early?
things.
I would like to see these as soon as possible. But, I mean, it's whether or not we're ready to fight, I suppose.
When
I
Spixer
posture up. Let's go.
yeah, when Spixer is lamenting on like, yeah, I want to get in there. Kind of like how insight check.
Yeah!
Like, how here
I'm
is
with this
he
guy.
to make this check?
Bodlin at this point has started to like press out maps and is starting to
I, like,
survey from his
squint.
vantage the horizon to see if he can find
is
some
Spixer gonna die out there?
landmarks.
How many?
I don't know, but I
how
like
many
it.
do we
I
have
like his
in our
moxie.
number? Again,
We got
how many made it through?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We got 10, and
Plus
you said
y'all.
there were
So we have
12 foes
So we
approaching.
have 14 people in our party right now.
No.
Six bikes and one buggy. Yeah.
There was
4 2-wheeled, 3 4-wheeled is what I have written.
There was
Okay.
4 2-wheeled and then 1 that is a 4-wheeled but
Just
looks
kidding.
like a buggy. But there's 4 creatures in that as
Okay.
well. And you also don't necessarily know how powerful these creatures are or if they have any weapons on their thing. So it's up to you. It's a toss-up.
Okay.
How are we gonna
Is
hurt
there-
them without getting
But I'll leave
all
that to
of the
you.
vehicles, though?
I
We
say
do
we
have
keep
quite a bit of magic at our disposal.
We have to get advantage.
Do you
All right, I'll
want-
be here.
Does anyone want to like join them in their vehicle and start stabbing them?
Sure.
Because I could send someone. You could
I
send
mean,
someone.
ideally, we deal as little damage to their vehicle as possible, and
A little
only
destruction might be
affect
kind of
them.
fun,
I could
but
fly into one, maybe.
It would be useful to have the vehicles as ready to go as possible.
The more we converse, the
How
less
many-
of an opportunity we have, as Bonlin's sort of like putting out a crayon just over the ledge to like note
Like
that
measure the distance.
Yeah.
with his thumb.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna steal Spixer's spyglass real quick.
fucking grapple check,
Yeah.
Isn't it sleight of hand?
huh?
I'd say that's
It's
sleight of
in
hand.
his hand.
He's using
Yeah,
it.
but he's gonna
Well,
look down and write
I
the
agree.
notes.
It's not. You're not taking it from
Peter
him.
asked
He's
me
actively
what to
using.
follow.
it.
You're
He's
just
using
gonna walk up to
grapple
this
that
man
shit.
and try to like.
Peter.
You're actively trying to remove
That's a
it from his
contested
possession.
strength
It's like, here, give me this.
Yeah,
Like-
see, I only do
You
things.
can't just steal shit from me.
In the Lord
Oh,
Alliance,
you
we
did.
have this rule where you're not allowed to take something that doesn't belong to you. It is called stealing.
Yeah,
This feels like a Skyrim.
I gotta go with
moment.
Hunter on that. It's
8.
definitely.
Thank you. He rolled a 7. And she was gonna meekly.
So I look through the spyglass. How fast are they going?
Ah! He pulls out a second spyglass.
I do look at Spixer, and I do make a note to kick him in the nuts later.
Yeah. So like, can I go now or?
Give me a sec.
1 sec.
Looking over,
Let's
you can do
strategize
a
a
perception
little
check
bit.
with advantage.
I do a little circle around
Would it be
you on my
how
card.
well I see them, or whether or not I can determine how?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for
I make
how
a game
fast
out
they're
of
going.
trying
I
to
can
Oh.
only
like
see
high
them.
five you every time you.
I'll say that uses
Go
a little
around.
bit of intelligence. So I'll say you can do an intelligence check with
It
me.
obeys me only telepathically.
Because you're trying to discern like how fast they are going through the distance.
Yeah, like if Nuanen went out there and tried to fly and catch them, would she fail miserably, or
Well, I guess if they're coming this way and I fly this way,
if you miss the first chance, then you lose
like-
it? If
it's gonna pump the brakes.
they're okay,
And then I
that's
can
pretty
fly
good.
directly
24.
onto one and try to.
24.
Land
They're
on
moving very quickly. Each of these, just to put it into like game speeds, Each of these devices is moving at about
I'm 45.
like 120 feet per 6 seconds. Well, no, I guess that's
So I'm
just their
gonna slam
regular
on
speed,
the
so
like a
they
punk.
probably
Go
double
faster.
that per round.
I haven't really done
And also,
that
I
yet.
will say, since you're already looking at them, and Fixer's also over there,
You don't like
they
the
have
one I
gotten to
got.
the point where they have sort of crested along the side of this cliff face. You guys can see them almost directly below
I
them.
can't split earth.
And all of you hear the sort of growling from whatever these devices are, and the same sort of horns blaring out over the cliff side as they crest, almost like getting close to the edge. You can sort of feel the ground rattle underneath you before they break off and begin to move away.
They're leaving.
Yeah, they're starting to go in a different direction towards the west.
Can I make an insight check?
How about what?
Are they moving that direction because there is a place to get up the cliffside to get closer to
Any
us?
spells would.
Because there's a wall.
Yeah, I'll do. I don't think it's necessarily. Well.
Oh yeah, it's a one.
Does it look like
Do they know we're here?
They know we're here and they're going to a place that they can get to us?
Well, does it have?
I'll
Like, is
give
there
you
purpose
either
to
an
their
insight or
direction?
perception, depending
There
on
is one
different
charge,
things.
so you can do.
I'm gonna do.
If
insight.
I look
I'm gonna
around,
do
do I
it.
see like boulders and things that if I were to try to knock things down could start an avalanche?
Perception check.
Yeah.
So I do have
Okay.
something. That's good.
24.
24. It
No,
appears
insight,
like flat.
natural.
Insight.
Yeah.
Natural?
You can see
Natural
the creature that is at the front of this sort of like I guess cluster of individuals. The sort of gray pelted one appears to be guiding them and veering off, almost as if they are regrouping or moving to an area to regroup.
Okay.
He's sort of guiding them, but he appears to be not moving towards the cliff face, but away.
So he's not focusing in on us. He's just.
No.
They're just. There's maybe
Back
a
in the sort of
rendezvous.
dry
Maybe there's a
thing.
rendezvous that
Yeah.
they're going towards.
They're going off to the eastern direction, like almost where they came, but they're going. It's like they came in this way. They're shooting off that way.
Okay.
Well, I
Oh,
guess
that's
let's
a
just
pity.
continue walking.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for others of the same
I got
kind.
a 24.
Yes,
Perception, yeah.
you did. There is a sort
Lots
of.
avalancheable stuff.
There's a weak bit of the crag that appears to almost jut over. The wind has sort of eroded the under layer of it, off about 300 feet to the west.
I could knock some shit down on
So
him.
basically, you're just like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They came in, hooted and hollered as they hit sort of the cliff face.
Realized
and
they
are
weren't
now-
going to get us and decided to go
Yeah,
elsewhere.
moving in a different direction.
Okay.
Well, it's odd.
Well, I guess
Good
that's fine.
spot. That's good.
Where are we going?
Scavengers to
Who
go
knows
for
where we're
easier.
going?
Did we get a short rest in at this spot?
What?
Did we get a short
You're not
rest
using
in?
crickets?
I will say it's not been an hour. But yeah, you guys could if you wanted to.
I would imagine it's probably not even been 5
How many
minutes.
wizards are still
I have not.
bleeding out?
They all
I
appear to
look
be
you up and
healthy.
down.
Bodlin
Nice to yourself.
has a what are those things that are like
I
2
get immediately
points?
embarrassed.
And
and walk
they're-
away.
Protractor.
Yeah, protractor.
Yeah.
And he's like measuring out the amount of,
Okay.
of space on a specific map that is sort of has a cliff-like drawing on it to try and see if it might match.
Yep.
But it might take some time.
Yeah, I think we should
Well,
keep watches, but we should take a short rest to give
those
who
need
need it some extra time.
I don't know.
I
Sorry,
can take a
Grudj.
watch.
just
I
wasn't-
feel
I can
alright.
Let's wait a
I'm
while.
Yeah,
fine.
I just lift up on the
Heidi sort of like
Ish.
gets over to you and says, "Don't just swallow your pride and take this."
No.
She hands you a greater potion of
Hi.
healing.
Okay.
What would we do without you? Truly, we are blessed
All
to
right.
have you.
What is,
So we're not waiting?
That's
I think she
44
just-
plus 8.
Yeah.
Do you know if hell has a ceiling?
I look up. Does hell have a ceiling?
Ooh, pretty good.
Ceiling
You
tiles?
see a flash of
4x4s?
red behind a cloud, like a clouded sky that looks sort of like a cackling skull for a moment before it dissipates.
I don't know.
Cute.
Do you
To
see
the
a cackling
boiling chaos.
skull in the sky?
No.
Sometimes if I stare at the clouds, I think I see evil faces, but that might just be my eyes thinking.
No, it's because we're in hell, Val.
Yeah, that too.
I was gonna say I haven't seen any creepy faces in the sky.
Start looking. They're out there. Don't look, Peter. You're not gonna like it.
Well, if everyone is certain they're ready to press on, then I suppose we must.
I think we're waiting for our navigator, so we gotta wait anyways.
Vander, you good? You're all patched up? Not bleeding from anywhere? I look for blood.
Yeah, I didn't sustain any real damage.
Good.
Seems like Bodlin's in a fit, so we might as well wait until he has some sort of direction.
All right.
At least we know what we're aiming for.
That's true.
Can we spare 10 minutes after the short rest?
You can take as much time as you need.
Are we taking a short rest?
I think so.
I think it looks like Bodlin is having us take a short rest so he can better get a handle.
Come on, bot.
Everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
But we're all 10 feet from Val, so everybody get in.
Sure.
I got a quick question.
Thank God.
Is the con save at
we
all
get what for
related to the fact that the air sucks?
Additional.
It's not just the air. It is the entire environment.
Okay.
It is the heat.
We are in
It
hell.
is the air.
Right.
It
I
is
was just
the
wondering, you know.
dryness. It is your skin tightening. It is, yeah, it's a lot of it.
Okay.
Everyone seems to have a rock in their shoe that will not go away.
I don't have shoes.
Oh, there's one stuck between
want
your
my
two
old
little
ones?
hoofsies.
Nah.
Your hoopsies.
Do you want the new ones you got?
I don't have toes.
Then no matter how many times you flick it out, every time you walk, there's always just another one that
Another
finds its
Lego
way
in the shoe.
in your shoe.
I'm just gonna stop walking.
What did everyone get?
I got a 25.
19?
Fuck.
25, perfect.
25.
23.
Did anybody get less than a 10?
I got a natural 1.
Right! You take a point of exhaustion.
Woo!
I don't know how to fix that. I will use some of my hit dice while we're resting.
I think,
During our short rest, Nuanen's gonna sit down and just for flavor, she's gonna pull out one of the hunks of wood that she brought with her and start carving.
How do I spell exhaustion?
I'll tell you what it is later.
Oh, yeah.
Exhaustion?
But just passing the time.
I trust you. Do whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And then
She's bored. She's just sitting down carving stuff while waiting for everybody.
Literally. Bored.
Bored. Ha. Bored.
As
Carving.
Nuanen whittles, I'll wait for the group to circle back up as we near the last 10 minutes. And provided Uldan and Vander are within earshot,
Yeah.
I would like to give a speech.
Okay.
I give a 10-minute speech, and it's about growing through these
I'm
challenges.
whittling you.
Yeah, the whole time you're whittling.
Talking to.
But it feels good. Little by little, it feels better.
So what's
And
the temperature? What's the
Everybody-
temperature HP?
Everybody gets 15.
Okay.
Including Vander and Uldan this time. Oops. Because I'm choosing to not give it to my dog. Is my
15.
brother. And Uldan. So those are temporary.
Oldan
Those
looks
are
particularly
15,
despondent today.
Yeah. He doesn't.
so much HP.
More every level, baby.
Who, me?
You,
worried about
you
I'm
combined
a
probably have
consig.
more health than the whole party.
We're disgusting.
Yeah.
She's more disgusting.
I'm
but
a consig,
disgusting.
baby.
Actually, yeah, I was like,
I think we're good. I'm good.
I mean, hey, the nice part is that now I need to take
Where's mine?
142 points to die.
Don't tell him exactly what he needs to do to kill you.
Please tell me. Please tell me everything.
I
I'm good.
swear he wants it. He wants to die.
I'm just stressed
That's what I'm
because
saying.
we're
We can
we're in
make
hell.
that happen. You don't have
We're
to
in hell.
keep, like,
I'm gonna die.
As the hour
No
crests
health.
on, Potlin says, I think we have a good grasp on where we might be.
Fantastic.
Good news, everyone! We're closer than we think. It's about, give or take a couple days, maybe 1 to 5 days travel.
Days?
Oh, good.
But it is on this ridge. Notice the map that I have, indicative of where the cat's clutch was once recorded, is along this sort of mesa beyond. It branches out, and then there's a second spot. He points to his map, and you see there's it's sort of this large mesa rounds around, dips into this sort of like bay almost, if that makes any sense, and then stops. But there is a mesa beyond that has this sort of jagged cut that drives its way through almost all of it, and there's a little X on it. With some writing in the bottom that has a key and a couple other things. But he just says, "This is the destination, at least to confidant. It shouldn't be too long. I mean, but depending on how many miles this stretches on for." He looks out to the west. You see this mesa begins to sort of goes up and down, and moves. There's some breaks in it.
So we gotta keep 14 people alive for 5 more days.
Or one.
to 5 more days. It
1 to
seems
5.
like the distance thing is completely unknown.
I can do that. I can do that.
Is this your first trip to the Nine
Not
Hells?
just you.
You made this
No,
trek
I have
before?
done it once
True.
before,
We'll keep
but
each
it
other
was a
alive.
bit
It's
of
okay.
a stop and go.
Here's for hoping
In
not that.
theory, I've done this trip many times. I've charted a couple different routes. The problem is we didn't know necessarily where we would start, and also, this has this funny thing where landmarks can change over time, and also the bombastic battles that take place
Let's
can
talk about
annihilate. certain
Okay, let's
things.
just keep moving.
Yeah, Bob,
At this
wait,
point,
let's-
You notice that?
Is he flying? Does he have flight
No,
capability?
he's hunched over and walks, but they all can fly
Okay.
I think
Fine.
I'm going.
spell
Everybody here
slots.
can fly.
yeah.
with their spell slots that they have.
Are we hoofing it or are we flying?
I'm gonna
Hey.
fly.
I
Personal
saw
preference.
the dice tray just went in like the dog's water. And I did nothing to save it. Amber tried really hard, but I just let it happen.
I did one of these catch things.
Let me get you a paper
Okay,
towel.
that's so good. It'll dry. It's wood.
I can roll the dice out of the tray tonight.
Damn, bad dex.
God, it's hellish in here
Roll.
tonight. Ooh.
Wow. All right. It
Well,
depends.
I fly the same amount that I walk. So
Do we conserve ourselves, or do we expend additional slots?
I'm not
Peter, you're
conserving.
alone in this.
I'm not conserving.
I'm just gonna
at the
fly.
moment. I can
Yes.
fly as well.
Because
Okay.
I could just fly.
Okay.
Your flight is not indefinite, though.
No, it's I probably have like 3 hours left. It says for every. I know we said we weren't going to talk about it, but actually, really quick, it does say.
Once per long rest.
No, it says that it's the boots regain 2 hours of flying for every 12 hours they aren't in use.
Oh,
Okay.
There's nothing about resting at all in there.
that's actually
We
kind of nice.
stand at a decision. Should we expend our resources with the hopes that we may get there or may not, a definite risk,
Second
or
flight.
do we hoof it on foot, whatever may be, risking our own constitution in the process?
I still want it.
I say
I'm nibbling on it.
I'm flying.
Are there those amongst
Well-
our group that have access to abilities to change their form so they could carry additional people were they to fly?
I think we looked at that.
I said I could do it. I didn't ask about anybody
Oh,
else.
maybe somebody else.
How long does that last?
An hour, but
I
it
can
still
carry-
allows where we could
I can
switch
carry
off
someone.
and not all
Yep.
lose
I
our
could carry a
abilities.
smaller person.
You will eventually
and-
need to be
Honestly,
carried, though.
it's probably cheaper and easier
Well-
to use the disc.
I can fly
Yeah,
for 4
it
hours
is.
and then walk.
I do have the disc.
And then after 12 hours of walking, you'll have 2 hours of flight again.
Yeah. So
I
every 4 hours I have to walk.
I can fly 50,
But I can walk as fast as I can fly.
an action
But
Someone-
then you can walk, but then you
Someone could
wouldn't
sit
have
in
4
the
hours of
cauldron.
flight until 12 hours after you've flown.
Right.
It follows me around.
So you can put Wadlin in there.
Yeah, so if there's...
Where's the cauldron right now?
It
Where
follows
did I
me
put that?
at all times.
You dropped
I
it.
don't
I dropped
talk
it.
about it because I got a lot of
You
stuff.
absolutely
Okay,
dropped it as we
let's,
got
like,
to the plot.
let's put a little
spot we're
rule down
stopping.
here.
Boom!
You need to tell me where that cauldron is all the time.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I had it last. I dropped that fucker as soon as we just like.
Yeah, because you
As soon
guys
as we
are
find
on
our
a
spot,
cliff.
just-
Yeah, but it follows me.
Yeah, it can't climb up a cliff.
No, she was carrying
I
it.
am not carrying
Nuanen
that.
was carrying it.
I'm not carrying that.
You
one
were
from
before,
Help Me.
right?
Yeah.
I was. I flew
Yeah.
with it to where we are now and then dropped it.
Okay, so it's
It's
there.
with us for now.
I just need you to know. I will not assume where
Okay.
it is. I don't know.
You
where
need
it
to
is.
tell me when it's not 10 feet behind me. Otherwise,
No.
it gets...
No.
No.
That's not how this works.
Because I don't
No.
know
That's
when
not how
it
this
falls
works.
off the cliff.
If
No.
It has to
here's
be
the thing.
told.
Here's the thing.
No.
When it
This
falls.
is the DM has
No.
spoken.
You got
This is
that
it.
correctly.
This is it, y'all.
I'm with the
If
DM. You gotta keep track of
Shush,
your
shush, 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 babies. Little babies.
No.
If you want that cauldron, you gotta tell me exactly where it is at all times.
So, are you want like minute to minute,
I
hour to
need-
hour?
If there changes,
Day
like
to day?
elevation, if there's a, I need you to think like I'm thinking. Where
Okay,
it's
so-
You
like,
gotta bribe me real
where
well.
it's like
or I'm not
if there's a
carrying
place where it's a hard, because it's like a, I'm gonna be generous and say 150-pound cauldron, where easily I could have said 300. It moves on its own, but like elevation is tough for this thing.
Okay, well you need to tell me when
It's
the
very
elevation
top
changes.
heavy.
I did. I said there was a cliff,
We're
right?
at the top.
Was that clear enough?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but
good.
from here on out.
We're gonna
Because
have
now
to-
we need to be more clear.
Good.
You-
Okay, well, I think
Okay.
Peter,
communication
can't you
between
shrink
us
the
is
damn
before.
thing and put it in your pocket or something?
Yeah, but then after an hour it'll
actually-
float out.
Portable hole.
No, we're gonna use it as a
Ooh.
carriage for now.
It like moves in with the little thing.
Oh my god.
Fixer, it's a
Nuanen
portable
just starts
hole.
pacing the
Yeah,
area.
everyone's different.
What
For the
if,
sake of everyone.
hear me out,
It's alright, dude. We're
what if we
almost
get
done.
like a board, place it on top of the cauldron, and then place the portable hole on there, and then we could put like a whole bunch of people in the portable hole. They could just sit in there
moving
while it
portable
walks.
hole.
Does anybody have a 10 by 10 foot board?
I'm getting bored.
Same.
We can figure it out if we just come across something.
I brought wood with me.
Did you bring
I
a
don't think it
10
was a-
foot by
no.
10 foot? Did you bring a
Probably
20
not.
square
No,
foot board?
no, it was
Hellish
small
lumber
amounts,
mill.
but I just thought it was funny because I was like, wait, because I stole some from the
Yeah.
ship.
You need a piece of wood this big.
Don't we have a folding
Like
boat?
these four.
We do.
Yes, I do have a folding boat.
Can we make it fly?
No, we can.
What good is magic if you can't just do what you want?
Could we make it fly?
Can we make the boat fly? Grudj, can you make the boat cast fly?
I don't have the flight spell myself.
Do it. I have
Can
levitate.
somebody make our boat fly? I say to the rest
I mean,
of
then
the
somebody
wizards.
still
You
has
see like 3 of the wizards go like,
They think I'm fucking.
We don't need to figure this out right now. We can talk about it today.
I'm just gonna. I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna unfold it right now. I will wait till we rest tonight. But that is an interesting idea.
woo!
So,
That is an interesting idea.
Flying
Because
boat.
it could, if we levitate it, then it
Flying.
could catch the wind.
Sure.
walking.
'Cause
That's
it has
hilarious.
sails.
Oh my god.
It has
Flying
sails.
boat. Flying boat.
If that's a real thing
You
that
want
we
to
could
finally
do,
had a good idea.
Honestly, guys, whatever you need to get
Try
you
it.
through, whatever you need to get
Bumble?
through hell. If this is the hope you need, I trust in Miyaliki, but if this gets you
Okay,
through
let's
things,
get to the top of the cliff. Top of the
Valenccya,
cliff.
as you say, I trusted Miyagi. One of the bags on your back, the cord that's wrapped around your arm, snaps. It just like slacks to one side as
That's
the
odd.
cord holds it.
Miyaliki,
Miyaliki's
appreciate that.
Miyaliki's just like,
I
this is a
retie
risk.
it.
You know, you could
This
just
is a
worship
risky
your
thing.
ancestors.
Yeah, mine aren't
So that's
really.
not working out so
Hang on.
great for
How long
Probably.
does levitate even last? Levitate doesn't last that long.
is it just 10 minutes?
It's just 10 minutes.
Well,
I
I
can
could
fly.
I could cast it a whole bunch of times. And by a whole bunch, it's like
We
5.
moving yet.
walking.
Did anyone else see the fly just went
Yeah.
up my nose?
Oh, the
There's-
fly has
there's
been
a
bothering
flyer
me
in.
as well.
His name is
Hell, you guys.
Fly.
I'm gonna go stand by whoever looks like they're about to leave or knows what
Everyone
they're doing.
started moving.
Alright,
Okay,
let's
that's
just
I'm
I'm
doing
go.
push-ups on my broom.
They're beginning to walk just in the direction on top of this this elevated.
I'm going to set the disc up and just
Gucci, I'm gonna start walking.
land.
I
hand.
cruise on the broom.
I'm gonna hand Val a rope, and then
Full
whoever
pass.
else can.
Yeah, I tie it to the broom.
Whoever else wants to jump on the disc, up to 500 pounds, can jump on with us.
Okay, sounds good. We're gonna do a day's travel, so I'm gonna have you guys roll 7 more Constitution checks.
Even if you're riding the disc.
Yes,
It's
it is
just
environmental.
You're just in and
God
out.
damn it.
So, is anyone
It's calm,
riding
right?
a broom with
Yep.
Val? I would offer that.
Nice.
If anyone would like to have a
6 more? You said 7 more?
7 more. Yep.
What is it?
I'm just gonna assume we can't always be next to you.
Yeah, I
So
would say maybe.
I would say I failed 1.
5. Okay. I passed 5 times. I gained another level of
I don't know.
exhaustion.
There's a fail. There's a fail for
I
all that.
can mitigate one of them.
Girl, that's the
It depends on what the pass is.
I'm gonna get rid of yours, I think.
Are you gonna get rid of one of mine?
I'm gonna give you a flash of genius, and I'm gonna kind of just like
Actually,
hold you up
even
for-
with the natural one, it does boost me up because I'm very close to Val all day. So.
Oh, if you're next to Val, you can't fail at all.
Are you?
No, I can't.
Are you
I
on
rolled
the
a
room
natural
with me?
1
Oh.
on the fail.
5.
Is a natural 1 an automatic fail, or if they get
No,
over
because
the
I
number,
with Val I only get a +7. So I get,
right? But if I gave you another 5,
then it would pass me. Yeah.
But is it still a fail because of
2,
a 1, or
3,
is that
4,
just on
5,
attacks?
6, 7.
I'm gonna be honest
attacks
here.
are just
Okay.
on I think
When
it's
you
just-
started
What do we
talking to
have to
me,
beat?
my brain was swimming with a different idea, and I didn't know what
I have
this
one
means.
more
Is a
con.
natural 1 an
What's the
automatic
beat?
fail
10.
For
Okay,
an
there's
ability
one that I
check?
didn't.
for a saving throw con
No,
save.
no, total 10. So if you hit 10, you meet.
That's a good
Oh, okay.
question,
Yeah, I'm good.
isn't it? That's
usually,
a very good
usually
question.
it's just on attacks,
Yeah.
but we could rule it however.
You can
I'm gonna
homebrew
say
it.
it is not an automatic fail.
Because then we have to make 20 an automatic success.
Then
Can I
I'm
add
gonna
one
try
to
to. I'm gonna
anything?
prevent you from getting a second one because
Okay.
we got a lot of travel.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
I fail 1.
Oh,
I
and
fail
if they're
Yep, I'm still at 1.
if there's anyone that looks like they're going into their second fail, I'm gonna try to stop it.
Everybody is becoming very haggard by the time you guys are. I would say you're getting to the point where after about 8 hours, you guys have found another sort of inlet of stone that you guys can rest for the evening.
Are we sure it's safe?
No, I would say no.
Okay.
At any
I'll face
moment
check
in
it.
this travel, there's.
Can we do a survival check just to make sure we put ourselves in most defensible
I'm just
location?
gonna give you stuff.
Okay.
At any moment, you could be assailed, but that's just a general rule. It's
That's a
safe
hell-
enough.
I
It's as
understand.
safe as it
I'm
was
just saying,
before.
like, if we found a good enough spot, can I find a place? Can we like do a survival check to put us in the most defensible spot or the least visible spot?
Sounds like you want to do a survival check. So
I
I'll say-
do.
Yeah. You
I'm gonna straight up just
Also-
go in.
Can
Okay.
I?
Whatever it is.
I'm gonna try to prevent people from
Checking
having
everything.
2 points of exhaustion. So I'm kind of like keeping an eye on the people who
Hey.
look like they're already
Slugging.
exhausted and are about to fail. Their
we have a
second
lot of
exhaustion.
travel, and there doesn't appear to be anybody who's reaching that level.
Oh, okay.
14.
14? Yeah, it's pretty well defensible.
Good as we're gonna get.
Yeah, you're gonna need a watch tonight.
Yeah.
However, you guys are able to sleep for the night, and at this point, Bodlin has surveyed the rest of this sort of like mesa you guys are on, and he says, "Okay, so I do think that we've gotten a fair grip on what to expect, and it's about 3 maybe days, 3.5 days, 2 and 2.5 now, possibly."
Best estimates.
Right, and we will have to descend this mesa at some point when it does break, which may happen within the next day or so.
That's a
Do we
problem
go up
for future
another
us.
cliff?
No,
Up or down?
but the Cat's Catch has an entrance around the northern side of the mesa, just north.
I look
of this
behind
one.
me. Is it still there?
What?
Is my cauldron still there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was asking about.
Do you want to give it a name?
Yeah,
I
Kelly.
should probably do that.
Kelly the
Kelly?
Cauldron.
Annoying.
Kelly the Cauldron with an I. Kelli.
Okay.
Kelly.
It's Kelly now. Even though Kelly's the name of my step-aunt.
Tiny cute. You know, I knew a girl named Kelly. She was we
Shout
went
out
to
to
school
Kelly.
together, and I didn't really like her because she used to kind of steal all my things. We lived together for a short period. Heidi's gonna just initiate into a full story.
Love hiding.
Thank God. All right. I'm gonna set up a dome.
The rest of the people are also going to do the same.
Just
Yeah.
like triangle formation. Just
Yeah, dome to
as
dome
tight
to
as
dome
we
to
can.
dome. Like,
Don't dome.
This
domes
next
touching.
This next period of RP is going to involve the rest of travel and a lot of rolls.
Yes.
So we're
Don't-
gonna
don't-
do
don't.
that, but as I'm gonna sort of set a precedent. So You guys are going to be moving for about 2.5 days.
Yes.
The next one day before you camp is getting you guys to the edge, and you guys can see that it is sort of narrowing. This mesa is about a mile off in the western direction. You can see that sort of cliff face beginning to get closer and closer and closer as it comes to a knife point.
Yeah.
But you do know at a certain point after about so there's one more day of travel, and then there's half a day of travel before you guys have to descend this cliff face and then trek on foot the rest of the way. After tonight's rest, you are going to be getting one level of exhaustion removed as you guys are able to do that. But at the end of it, I'm going to need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. This is all to say that if there's any conversations you want to have, Firelight convos, we should do that probably now.
Okay.
For the first night, at least. So I'll leave that to you.
I'm just gonna work on my wood projects in the corn.
Lovely.
There is no corners.
In the side. Sit on a rock. Somewhere.
Oh.
Sit on the floor.
I thought you were in the dome.
In the dome.
There's
probably.
no corners in the dome.
I don't just, not in the center, just like sitting
Can we say the dome is a cube?
somewhere.
No.
It's my dome,
It's
and it's a goddamn dome.
It's a goddamn door.
It's a goddamn
Okay.
dome, don't you know?
I
wherever
don't
is
know about
normal
that.
to sit out of the way. That is where she is
How about I
sitting.
sit next to you?
Lovely,
And just
lovely,
working
lovely.
on her little, the wood that she brought with.
Wouldn't it, lovely?
I'm going to work on something next to you.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I smile at you a little bit, pleased at like the quiet company.
Yeah. You're carving wood, and I have like this pipe, and I'm like carving runes to the side of the pipe.
Absurd amounts of calculations Grudj is doing on a big piece of parchment to the side. I'm still working on a
Fire
spell.
near me.
That's
Just
making me
long
nauseous.
calculations.
No.
Every once in a while, you just see a poof and a bunch of flowers just pop up. Oh, that's the wrong kind. All right.
Arcane sort of study.
Alon's reading. Bodlin's sleeping with
I'm
his eyes
completely
open.
not looking at you.
I don't like it.
Every once in a while, it's a line of flowers. No, not what I want.
Mander spends the evening with your company.
Yep. I pick on him as much as he can tolerate.
I lean
Picks
over
on
to
you
Peter.
even more.
Perfect.
I lean over to Peter. What is Grudj doing? I can't look because he told me to keep my eyes to myself.
I'm not really library smart.
Make an intelligence check, yo.
Peter, you know what writing
Or
is.
actually, Arcana. I'm gonna give you Arcana.
I'm not good at this.
Bullshit.
6.
What? Did you roll a natural 1?
Natural 2.
Okay.
Oh wait,
What?
it's a 7. I don't have Arcana. That's not one of my. It's not one of my skills. I'm more of like a eat mushrooms
Science.
It looks kind of like storyboarding, like he might be writing a novel.
You're like, I like tangible
and. I think
things.
it's a play.
A what?
A play. He's writing a play.
What is a play?
It's like where you act out stuff in front of other people.
Oh, like
Who's writing a play?
Performance? I
Who
almost.
are you? Where did
Heidi.
you go?
Are people just cycling through my dome?
Yeah. Well, from the everyone's kind of close.
They can hear. They can. Oh no, they can't. Never mind.
No, they can.
I turn and I almost look at Grudj, catch myself, and look away.
I
It
love
sounds pretty
theater.
cool.
It does?
Like fishing for a conversation.
I didn't know that
You should
he.
ask him about it.
Is he like a bard? Does he?
Yes.
I'm not being quiet at all.
He's like a bard.
Like a leaf field?
A less scary one.
Maybe that's why they got along so well.
They did a lot. Yes, they did.
I swear to God.
Also, just for your reference, I'm creating an immovable rod right now
Sounds
with
great.
some of my supplies.
Let me know when it's done.
How much do they cost?
I don't know.
Is it? I'm just gonna look it up real quick.
Or uncommon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that like 500?
I think that's pretty high on the.
I'm gonna say 350.
Immovable rods are fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, like 350 gold pieces.
But there's a heck of a markup in hell.
We're going off
think
of
you're
whatever.
right. I don't
This is
know.
outrageous.
Right.
I think you have implicit bias, and I don't know. And also, I'm stupid. Don't want to look it up, but I'm gonna now.
anything to do. So. Maybe I make a couple more holy waters. Probably my only thing to offer.
So, what's half of 350? 175?
175.
Mhm.
1.75.
Okay. I finished half of it tonight.
Let's help you.
When I get bored of carving,
This seems wrong. But what I just found is 5,000
I
gold.
also see that. Yeah, I see that as well.
Yeah, that's wrong.
There's no way it costs that much. It's an uncommon item.
What is that?
That's ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, yeah, once you find out, yes. But you don't know.
You've been acting more chaotic than normal people.
No.
Uncommons are up to 500
It's
gold
always
pieces,
chaos.
so I will say that my 350 gold pieces
It's
is generous.
very
Yeah, that's very
That's
kind.
generous, and so that is what it is.
What's up?
I'll continue working on it when I'm gonna have the cauldron follow you. I'm just gonna sit there tomorrow.
when I get bored of carving, I start writing in Peter's sleepy time journal.
Lovely.
Try slowly.
I'm
Y'all ready for the
pretend
next day
like I'm
travel?
not watching.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I sleep in Vander's bubble.
Great. At about midway through your
No.
rest, which is considered like, nighttime, I'd say about 3 in the morning. However, there's no time here. About like half a mile off from your encampment to the south, the earth shakes and shatters as an impact of some sort of meteorite hits the ground, making you all awake at a start, and are about awake for about another half hour before you realize the coast is clear, and that was just a harrowing sign from the sky that there is an imminent peril, and you go back to sleep for the rest of the evening.
Excellent. Wisdom save.
Yes, everyone make a wisdom saving throw at the end of the night. Well, at the morning time, or daytime.
Is it
End of your
con or
sleep.
wisdom?
Wisdom.
This is a wisdom saving throw.
This is to resist the pull of madness.
I'd say just evil.
I got 10.
2? 21. Okay, you need to say it all, because a 2 is very different.
Let's see, that is
15 plus 7.
Lovely.
So that is 23.
10? Is that good enough?
22. 22. That might just.
Did you add 5?
No, you
Oh.
don't get to add 5 to this because you're asleep.
Nope, it's
too,
just
baby.
10.
You're asleep too.
It is 9 plus 1.
Well, I get to add 5. It's mine. Don't I?
No.
No?
You're
It
asleep.
only works if you're conscious.
Yeah, it
Get
only works
fucked.
unless you're incapacitated, but to
But
sleep
whenever
you're
I click the button,
incapacitated.
it's plus 13.
Well, it's assuming that you're
Awake.
Awake.
awake. Yeah.
Awake,
I'm
alive,
pretty sure if you go to your
alert.
futures
Ooh,
and
I'll
train
also
it,
say
it'll
at
tell
about like 4 in the morning, like an hour after this. You guys are all asleep, but any items that do reset for the day do reset.
you. What's the save? So we all gauge what we're.
I got a 10.
This is 10.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
I saved this time.
Wait, technically, is it an 11
Meets
now?
No! Whoops.
Let me just
I
break-
like that ruling. You should love
No!
I like
No.
it. I think that's a fun ruling.
No.
I think it'd be fun
I
if
like
we all
it.
left hell.
I'm also
or
okay
you
with it.
No.
Who's to
Are
say I'm
you
not?
straight neutral right now? Like just naturally,
I
your
think-
natural
no.
self?
I think I'm I think I'm chaotic good. What's the one that it's like good intentions, questionable methods?
That's
Chaotic
chaotic
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'm not. But I don't know. Kind of. I guess could be kind of.
Because if we
close to
spend
neutral.
6 days here, it would put our save at 17 almost.
Oh my god.
That sounds like fun.
We're playing a different game, you and I.
What's the worst that
I like that
happens?
game. I like it being hard.
The worst that happens is we become evil in hell.
Yeah,
And then we go
I
back
just
home
become
and
a
we're just
devil,
kinda
and
mean.
I... Yeah.
My family would be like,
I'm like
so
same
uncool
day,
with that.
different shit.
Actually, your dad would not give a shit.
We all get bags under our eyes.
Yeah.
We get a sick joy out of
Cackle
killing
every
demons.
once in a while.
Yeah.
You already do that.
I cackle not.
I cackled
Oh,
that.
sorry. I turn away from you.
Alright, you need to stop taking things so literally.
Come on now. Everybody get along. We're just in hell.
Actually,
that doesn't
this
mean
can be
that
really
we
fun.
need to be
You just
hellish
stepped in
to each
front of
other.
you.
I look down.
Just,
And underneath.
Nope. You said to keep my eyes to myself. That is what I am respectfully doing.
I kind of want to
No,
bring.
that's what I've always been trying to do, but
Trying it makes it sound like you've been failing.
I'm gonna bring.
and she does look.
Bring Zoom back.
I'm gonna say it's an 11.
I think
Fuck, I got a 10.
Okay.
Okay.
You're now neutral, chaotic neutral.
You're shitting me. That's real. That actually.
Yeah, that's what the save
What
is.
was yours?
21.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what is
was yours?
I got a
chaotic
14.
neutral?
Okay,
make
lovely.
me
What is yours?
Do? I don't know these well
22.
enough off the top of
22.
my head.
Cool.
So I'm.
Okay, I'll describe this.
Okay.
So, as you wake up the next day, life is fucking hard, and it's really hard to feel like the morals that you hold yourself to are of any use, and you're now chaotic. So, sounds good.
It sounds like
Next
someone
bit of
who's
travel
stressed.
is fucking tedious and horrible.
7 more cons?
It's 8, because it's 8 hours of travel per day.
8 more
So
cons.
everyone make 8 con saving throws.
Just one con save? Or-
No,
8
Yay.
individual.
Unless
And,
you want
uh,
to.
8 con saving, right? Is this the one that we add Val's thing to, or
Yes. And I'm repeating the same thing. Disc,
Yeah.
attach the
We
valve.
do add the valve thing. Do all
you're
of us
within
are-
10
no?
It's up to you.
Shit, that's a high
If
one.
you're
If you're within 10 feet.
imagining.
Yeah, you guys are
Are we
traveling.
all
Oh, so you're all traveling together.
At least
Okay.
this party would be. I would say it'd be questionable for Uldan and Vander.
I think everyone kind of gets close to you.
Yeah.
Everyone's.
I decided to have the cauldron follow her.
5.
I'm
So
gonna
the
have
goal
have
is-
Kelly.
Okay, so like I imagine since you're wearing hell,
7.
Yeah.
like you, you're
And-
kind of like one of those fans at
Gucci.
at Valley Fair
Yep.
that you have like at your face. It's like the only thing keeping you sane throughout the day.
Yeah, you can feel like when you walk into Val's aura, it just cools by like 2 degrees.
Yeah. Okay. So
Failed one yet. I'm still clicking through though.
You can't fail.
I can fail if I natty one it.
It's not an auto fail though, Liv.
No, but I
21. Spoke too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
told
6,
you I
7,
can fail if I get a 1. It's the only way I can fail. Well, I
Okay.
guess the 2.
Nice.
A couple more. I'm still.
I'm surprised you could.
God, these are fucking high.
Yeah, if I hit a 1, it's only 1 plus 8, which is 9, which is
Jesus Christ.
22.
Yeah.
What is it?
I rolled really well, though my con is +7. So.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 level of exhaustion for Val.
I am a hardy gal.
Did you not get one?
Good. Sounds good.
No, I
No.
got really high. I'm in
I
the
didn't
30s.
get one either.
You guys, what? Damn, I'm
No,
glad I had a rough day.
I didn't roll below a 3, so
Everybody
I
at this
I
point is
passed
getting really
everything.
acquainted with travel in Avernus. Avernus the
Slowly
Furnace.
succumbing.
Furnace
so,
the furnace.
pressing forward, you guys do find another spot. Actually, at this point, I'll have anyone who wants to make a survival check, as it is flat and devoid of any safe place to stay.
Baby.
I got 7.
Dirty 20.
I got a 10.
I'll turn mine up to a
I got 22.
12.
Oh, good.
22?
I got
I'll
a
turn hers up to a 27.
27?
I got a 27 completely all by myself.
As most people take to sight, trying to find any place where there's an outcropping or like boulders that might even give you some advantage over any flying creatures, you realize that is fruitless, as there's not a big enough outcropping. You take to sort of the ground, listening. You do hear
just, like, on
sort
the
of a
ground,
hollow
like-
space beneath it, and with a swing of your axe, the ground underneath this, I'd say 10-foot sort of oblong area gives way, and you find a pocket of stone underneath that you can kind of bury you guys into.
Huh. Nice. Well, we can
Wow.
kind of nestle into this.
You
Good
can see a
work.
lot when you're not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
should stop looking at me more often.
Let's climb in the hole. I float daintily into the hole on the broom.
That sounds good!
I'll do it back.
Another day, another night. Is there anything you guys want to say or do while this evening takes place?
You're all doing great.
Everything's pointless.
You look like crap. You should probably sleep.
Oh.
Okay, good
Thanks,
night.
Peter. Good night.
Reggie's gonna come up beside you while you're working on your letters and just like make little notes for you.
What?
The birds
Reggie can
critiquing
do
your
that?
work.
He's
I,
a little
uh,
Almirage. He just puts pause specific things that you should focus more on.
I complete my second rod. and I just,
She's just like,
for
"Is
fun,
that right?
I do the
I didn't
ladder
spell
thing,
that right?
Nope.
where I
Click them into
He
nothing.
just looks at you and shakes his
and
head.
I start climbing into the air.
So
That sounds great.
Scratch.
Lovely, lovely. Mark off any of the gold that you used for that.
It was expensive. I'm running out.
Okay, sounds good. It's gonna be very
Very
useful while you're in
expensive.
hell.
On this new day, I would also do another speech to keep up that.
Yes.
15.
I'm just going to assume we get the
Yeah, I just want to say it so we don't
wisdom saves. Because I don't have anything else.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, just 1 second. Give me just
I
1
don't
second.
think I have.
Are winged boots rare?
Yes.
Mhm.
Hold on. Sorry. Do you want them back?
No, I could.
Leave it.
Would it
Leave
be okay
it.
if I borrowed your
Leave it.
broom, Val? I just want to like look at it and see how hard it would be to
It's a wondrous.
make a second
wondering.
one.
Are you gonna hurt it?
I am gonna touch it.
Be kind. This is Voltas. He's the broom.
The
And
broom
Voltas.
has a name.
The broom's name is Voltas.
The broom,
Or
broom's-
Valtas,
the broom's
when
name
Val-
is-
Every time you
Stop
say
it.
Voltas, it like
You're like,
lifts
"Huh?"
and then drops.
Voltas is the command word. Why did you name it the command word?
Well, that's its name.
Lifts.
Voltas.
Is it smart?
Yeah.
Just okay,
Can it-
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
It's about as smart as your axe.
I'm just gonna take Volty here.
I
and,
stare at my axe like suddenly so
You feel
No,
horrified.
no,
I feel
no.
like it wants to respond, but it
Wants
doesn't.
to
No.
It's whimpering.
I'm gonna spend my well, I'm gonna spend my downtime before going to sleep examining it and seeing how to replicate it. Because I'd like to make
Bro?
another.
Sure.
You don't want these awesome stylin' bitchin' boots.
Those those are very complicated and
I flip my leg out in a
they're
very
very
unnuanced.
fancy. I love the
I
little
would
bat wings.
donate
Yeah.
some gold
That
to
was
the
my
creation
goal.
of a
Little
new
Peter
broom,
wings
Peter.
on the side.
What?
I would donate some gold to the creation of a new broom.
What?
Do we have any sticks? Because I think a stick is
I
required.
do
need an
have.
actual-
I
we
do
need a
actually have a stick. It was something for Dax, but I'm gonna willingly hand it over.
Okay, okay. I could turn this into a broom.
And it was a carved
Green.
stick, or a carved like.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have any.
And I paid 400.
Yeah.
Bean.
I guess he's not gonna need it
It's
anymore.
just it's.
Well, I'll give it back, and
It's
you can
okay.
hit people with it after. Still.
I can always.
Is the
If he ever-
is the thing
I can-
going off and it's annoying you?
I don't know how comfortable I feel with taking the stick now.
It didn't take very much time. I can carve another one.
It's like 50 gold, Peter. Just buy another one.
Seriously, just take it. I can grab any branch and literally do that.
Okay.
I was making him a staff, but I didn't finish it in time.
Wow. Okay.
Take it. It's a piece of wood, Peter. It's just a
I'm
piece
just
of
gonna
wood.
drop the piece of wood in my bag as it disappears.
But that's
into
about
my-
how big it is. It's like it's a staff. Like
Right. You just see it kind of disappear.
It's about the
Back.
appropriate
Staff
size.
flying.
You see at one end though really intricate startings of like
Water.
of
that's
of
nice.
like some pretty like decorative just at one end.
Oh.
And it's like
I think if I
Just
keep
ignore that
I'm gonna
part.
keep that to myself.
I can scrape it off if you want.
I'm gonna spend several hours before I go to sleep. I'm gonna look at the broom and understand it.
Okay.
That sounds so fun.
I can assist you with that. if
Do you,
you'd like.
okay, so in your the rules of artificer, does you have to like realize that what it is, or does it just does you know how to make it?
Technically,
Yeah.
if the item exists in the like if it's not new, like not something I'm homebrewing,
Uh-huh.
I can
Does you
technically
have
make it simply with materials and gold.
Okay.
You have
But I would like to.
I get you.
Does you have to realize how that is?
You need gold.
Where's your cauldron?
It's on a flat. I've been riding in it all day, so if it's not with Valenccya,
You
I am
ride
not
in
there.
it like a little horse.
It's just gone off on its own meandering path.
That would be bad because I
That would
was
be really
distracted most of the time.
Boom!
Lay down.
What's going on?
Is there anything else you want to do before the night evening takes you?
Good night, everyone.
I have a gentle moment with my brother. I say a prayer to my goddess, and I have sweet, sweet, not bad dreams.
Peace and sleep.
Lovely. I'll say that goes off, and he does not necessarily pray with you, but does sit in silence and hold your hand.
Respectful.
Lovely. As the morning, the sleep time ends. You feel rejuvenated.
Well,
With
sleep
that,
is sleepy
everyone
time.
roll that wisdom save again.
Oh!
12! 12!
Oh yeah, that's good. I got 25.
Well, I add
You get
13.
beats?
Yeah.
I add 13 to this, so
Oh,
I
is it
think
wisdom?
I make it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Nat 20 for 33.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's like me when I try to
Valenccya
open
is-
doors.
Formidable in the mind.
Doors.
You don't leave it.
Doors. I can come down.
Wait,
That's how I get it in.
go outside. Come on.
No.
You go outside.
What was that?
I got 18.
Lovely. Did anybody fail?
What's
rolled
the
a
fail?
12.
I don't know what the fail is.
It's a 12.
Sounds good. In the morning, you see Heidi and Bodlin begin to bicker over just a trivial thing as food. Heidi's getting a little frustrated at the fact that everything tastes like shit. And you see her just getting huffy, and with that, Amemnon comes astride her, staff in hand, taps it on the ground as he whispers in her ear, and you see her sort of like sigh a bit before
Heidi.
realizing what's happening and going, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everything's fine.
Huh?
As he casts sort of a spell over her.
Huh.
Her panic attack about the food gives me an idea. Grudj.
Yes.
You know the portable hole
Yes.
and how it's technically a different plane of
It is
existence?
a different plane of existence. That is
What
correct.
if we got in the hole and ate food?
The issue is that it becomes connected to this plane of existence while it is open.
Also, there's no air in there.
So
You can
we
still
could
eat.
You could light a lantern or
You can
some
hold
other
your
source
breath
of life.
and eat.
Some
So-
of us don't have to
Do you want to try it?
Yeah. So we'll just go 10 minutes at a time. You can go eat in the portable hole while I seal it back up.
Just
One at a
to
time.
make it
I like
taste
that
good.
idea.
But I mean, some people might want a nice tasting. I mean, it could be.
I'm fine.
optional. I don't-
I'm fine. Honestly, I
I
just
say we show Vander.
bad morning, and we're a little bit better now.
Yeah. Let us know
Good.
if you're feeling like that again.
Thank you, Amemnon. Glad you brought that with me.
Can I-
Amemnon
can
takes
I-
this point and says, if anyone is feeling less than themselves, do not hesitate to ask. The Hells have a way of mixing your mind and making the worst seem as if it's everything.
Is that staff just full of clerical spells, essentially?
There just appear to be wizened old sages, sort of like
Carved into
engraved
it? Yeah.
into it.
I don't know. Maybe
Sounds
it's just showing us the truth.
Is there a spell on there that makes it cold?
You don't know. What is this? No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I say we continue. We're on our second day of travel, so we're
looking
we're
at
estimated to
someone-
get there today, or
Bodlin pipes up, yeah, well, no, have to, and then
Oh,
we
okay.
have to sort of descend the side of whatever this cliff face is. I have no idea whether or not it will be 50, 30, 150, 300 feet
No
down.
point in waiting.
Oh, well, we can easily circumvent that with flight, and then it's about another half day's travel until we get to the precipice, and then probably a good 3 hours before we get to Cat's Catch itself. Possibly.
as we take off for the second or third set of travel, can I have offered to give Heidi a ride on the broom
Yeah.
and just
She
offered
gladly
to
takes it.
chat with her in Halfling over there, and I'd like to
Yes,
get
she's a little
her.
bit more a little
Yeah.
less talkative than the last few days.
Okay.
But she takes any question you
Yeah.
have.
I would want to pick her, like, as we're cruising, it's a long day of half travel. Get some distance from us in a group, like, after riding with her for a couple hours, and just inquire.
Val,
on-
where are you going?
Huh?
Val, I'm still on the
Just-
disc behind you.
We're having a bit of a girls' chat. Don't,
Oh, okay.
don't
Sounds
bother
good.
us.
Yes,
Just
no
girls.
worries.
We're fine.
Why
We'll
are
be
we-
safe. If we have anything, we'll let you know. At least
We're
I
just
will. I
meandering
have.
along.
I got the
Keep
show.
a quick
It gets
perimeter.
sent
We're
to
just
you.
meandering
Although I'm
along.
not supposed to, because they say the devils can hear you down here.
Yes,
so
they
I'm
can.
just gonna make sure that. What were you had a question? Love.
You know, just troubled by some dreams, possible.
Oh my gosh, sleeping here is so difficult.
Do you trust? And I don't say out loud, but I make eyes at the location that Guile and Amemnon are. Do you trust? And then I look, and I look back to her.
Just what? What?
Those two.
Oh, Karina and Guile? Yes, of course. I mean, they have this whole planned out. And they've also prepared for months for this. Why?
Do you have any reason?
Why? Are you okay, darling?
No.
You want to talk to anyone? I can definitely shoulder your burden if you will shoulder mine. That's what I'm here for. You need me to tell anything to anyone outside?
I think I just squint for a moment and I'm
No.
like, no, I just really appreciate the
If
time.
I'm honest, I was brought in to the Infernal Sect about 4 months ago as a verbal liaison. This is between you and I. They are not very social.
Oh, you know the
She sort
Infernal
of looks
Sect.
to all of them.
Believe me, Vander and I...
They keep to themselves, which is fine. I mean, I was actually working within the upper district, so...
But someone
that's
like
fine.
you must be such a good addition to their team.
I'd like to hope so. I mean, they've definitely opened up since. Hold on. Made it a point not to speak to me for a whole 2 months before he was forced to by an unknown. So I think we've come a long way. However, they may seem like they don't hold their own salt and trust, but I will say they are some of the most devoted people that I have ever met.
And they have the realm's best interests in mind.
We all do. I mean, that's why we're here. Candlekeep is a bastion of knowledge, and we are... We have devoted our lives to this. See, and it is no small cause to take on this burden. I don't want to be here, but I am called to it. Honestly, if I'm being frank, I have less of an interest in trusting you all than trusting them.
Well, we haven't shown ourselves to be much trouble yet, so...
Why isn't that Vander brought you here?
To kind of go where I want to. Vander doesn't bring me many places. I kind of...
You must love travel, coming all the way
hell,
to
it's
Avernus.
been on my bucket list forever.
Are you deceiving her?
It's not been on Val's. I think Val in that moment is just being
Sarcastic.
sarcastic. I'm not saying it to say it. I'm saying it like, of course I wanted to come.
What's your passive charisma?
Passive charisma?
10 plus your charisma modifier.
15?
Okay.
Or is it my deception?
It's horrible here. You don't have to lie. But you must really love your brother if you're willing to walk into hell for him alone.
Hell, I opened the door for it.
I mean, just goes to show how much you care. And if you need anything, you let me know. We have to shoulder this burden together, okay?
And as she turns around, I squint at her back, trying to understand any hidden messages she passed me with her eyes.
Insight!
Yeah!
You may do so with disadvantage.
No! I'm
No,
always
you
trying
can
to,
do it normally. That's fine with me.
I'm always trying to ask for insight checks without saying like, May Hunter, may I take an insight check, please? Sir?
Ask, please.
I was like, do I trust? 19.
She doesn't appear to be withholding any information from you. However, she's shaken from today.
Yeah.
This morning, she when she says she doesn't want to be here,
Yeah.
it's so much more purposeful than her flippant attitude from before now.
Yeah. Cool. And then I say we just make halfling small talk for the rest of the day.
Hey, Tweety, hiddly-dee, hiddly-diddly-doodle-dee.
Do you ever have honey bread? It's delicious.
Great. I want 4 Constitution saves.
Light.
And
Heidi can have my +5 because we're besties.
Lovely. She will take
Also,
that.
I just pretended not to listen the whole time because I've been following you all day.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably close by.
Cool. Okay. Nothing below a 5, I'm good.
Lovely.
Nothing below an 11 without rolling.
Lovely.
1 fail.
So you lost
I have
one.
a-
and
I have a
gained
one.
So you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Yep, I've had. Yeah.
You had 1
Again,
yesterday.
That's fine.
I
Yeah,
got
I
it
got
this
it.
morning.
Then I got another one, and I got rid of it.
Damn, 2
You got another one again?
Nice.
Just 1. I had. Wait, do I?
Oh no,
I didn't
there's
write
another one.
Did you fail
Did you get 2?
Yeah.
There's only 4.
8.
You're only making 4 checks.
I think that was the 4th.
And are you not
kinda
next?
under the table.
You're not next to Valenccya.
Well, I'm adding
So you got 2 levels?
7. Hold on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I'm a P-boy. I'll figure this
13.
out.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay, I was like, I have a
They're
13.
not. These are not increasing.
Sure.
I have a 13 and a 14. So
The wisdom save, I'm not totally cool with increasing, but the con save would just be awful to increase it per day.
I could understand different layers being like harder as you go down, but yeah, I think if a 10 fails.
I mean,
it's
dis
still
isn't
more
supposed to be that bad.
this here.
Dis?
I think this is worse.
This is
I
worse
think this
than
is less of an
average.
environmental hazard, though.
But it's more like accidentally you say a promise and they get to keep your ever
Then they get to keep you.
Yeah.
So,
Right. But I think canonically this is like is made out of metal that is still red hot from the forges.
Ah,
That's not
And it
so
just
bad.
stays that way all the time.
just Molten City? Jesus.
I don't think so.
It might be old news as far as like,
Why?
because I know D&D has like extensive histories, and some of it is not coherent.
I think I had some time with Heidi. Now, I want some time with Guile. I want some one-on-one time with Guile.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna say
I'ma
nothing
get
that
it.
could cause
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
Armageddon.
Yeah, see, I tried to
Armageddon,
talk to her
Armageddon,
once, and
Armageddon.
he laughed in my
Armageddon.
face.
We're in hell.
Okay, what?
We are.
So how many levels you got?
What?
How many levels you
I
got?
passed.
You got one?
And she did
I
the.
got 13 and 14, and I thought it was
Oh, okay,
higher,
you're good.
so we're fine.
Yeah, no, it's good. You
We
got
got
one?
110.
You got one? Okay.
I'm back to 1.
Sounds good.
No,
and you
10
can
is
mark that.
passing, yeah?
Oh, if it meets, it meets.
It does meet,
Oh, well then
and
I'm
it does beat.
Then
Yeah.
I meet something.
Lovely. Okay. You do see Svixer is sweating, huffing and puffing. Bodlin begins to drag about halfway through and has to be supported by a tensor's floating disc from Oldan to make his way to the end.
Do any of them look like they're on number 2?
Oh, Bodlin, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna help him. Can I help
And
him?
you see Vander is also profusely sweating
Vander.
through the day. It's fine. Just a bit of heat. A little bit of rest tonight, and I should be good.
Can I-
Here, water.
Pick up and carry.
You can attempt to.
Vander is much
I'm
easier to
gonna
carry, I
say-
assure you.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What was
Just
it?
kidding.
I was gonna try to prevent. Well, I didn't say anything until now, but I was
What are you
gonna
doing?
try. I was gonna try to prevent second level exhaustion on anyone if I could.
Oh, yeah, I'll say in the moment. Well, okay, yeah, sure, why not? For what are you doing?
I would give them a +5 on their save.
Oh, that's not enough for him.
Well, I still try.
Yeah.
I still try to use it.
Wow.
If I just need to rest my legs.
Want me to carry you?
Woo! I haven't traveled this much
Fixer, there is room on the disc.
since I wandered the abyssal or the astral sea for a few months. I'm good.
It's a story for another time.
It's hot.
It is very warm.
But after 3 or 4 hours, you guys do get to the point of the cliff face. You can see it now as you guys approach. It has narrowed to about like a 60-foot point. That the ledge almost like what is it? Is like above this. You know how it's like this, like where it's been worn down for time.
Sure.
So you guys are hitting sort of like a needle-like point.
Pride rock.
And the drop is about 300 feet
Okay.
down to the bottom as the land has sort of slowly risen. But from this vantage point, you can see a couple miles off. There does appear to be a second structure that stretches even higher than the one that you're on. And there is a steep decline into a dusty ground between those two. You would assume on the other side of this would be your destination. And you can also see there appears to be these formations, almost spine-like in nature, of the same material that jut out almost like fingerlings toward the sky, and they're sort of in a random pattern around this mason.
Val, could you
yeah.
help me take a look just to make sure there's no untoward presences in the area?
I can get us a good reading out until about 60 feet, but I can take a look for other things.
Can I walk to the edge
Yeah, absolutely.
and peek over?
It's a sheer drop. 300 feet
Fixer.
to the ground.
Don't look
Can
at
I
me.
go, Kaka? Don't look outside.
Spixer, could I borrow your spyglass today, please?
Make a persuasion check.
Hey, Grudj.
Did
You still
nick
have
one?
his? Okay, that's not fair.
Never give it back, though.
That is true.
Okay,
just like,
so in the middle of the
"Whoa."
night, you hear a rustling from your bag, and you see him trying to take it back. It's sort of the dead of
I don't stop him. It's his.
You're like, it is his.
before like blowing a raspberry and then skittering.
I did get. Okay.
I can make a perception check. And,
Holy shit. That's 16 total.
16.
what did you ask me to do, Eli? Grudj?
Look for
Can I please?
He sort of like sets it on the ground and like rolls it to you.
That's rude.
Thank you very much.
Cross it.
And I bend down, not breaking eye contact. I pick it up. And I bow again.
I'll catch you.
Thank you.
Should really be prepared in the future.
What do you
Pulls out his second one.
Should we jump?
I do again, still thinking I'm gonna kill you.
That's why it'd be kind of fun.
So I'm gonna.
I will
What
if
did
you
you,
will.
what did you do?
22 for a perception check.
Okay.
I will if you will.
Do you want to use the spyglass?
And maybe see further?
I can, yeah.
I'm serious.
You get advantage.
I'm chaotic neutral right now,
Oh,
baby.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead.
Do I get advantage with the spyglass?
What was that?
Do I get advantage looking?
Yeah.
Cool.
How does that work? You just draw
Val,
and fly?
you notice the roiling clouds overhead, off to the west, appear to be sort of illuminated in this bright light, which is indicative of some sort of meteorite going to pass through the cloud top and make
If
its
you
way
want
to
to
the
free
earth.
Near us?
You may want to back away from the part of this ledge that may break off.
Nuanen, the meteor, sky, the ledge is gonna hit.
What?
What?
Sky.
What?
What?
It's
There's a meteor gonna hit the mountain?
Is this
It's
the
at this
light?
point that you see a streak of
Nuanen!
light
I
break
say
the
in
cloud
Elvish,
top
what's a meteor?
and descend to the earth.
I tried! I'm a good leader. I told you all.
Roll
what to
initiative,
expect.
everybody.
For a meteor?
I want to see what hits first.
Oh god.
I got a 21 with the spyglass.
Wait, so there's a meteor
God
coming
damn it.
towards me? Is
I
that what you were
said-
saying?
I said! Did
I'm
not.
standing right next to
You
Nuanen.
said it so.
Yeah, he
We've
said
been,
it.
we've been
You said
discussing.
it's so
We've
boring.
been discussing
We're in
jumping off the
hell.
cliff.
My
Yeah, we're
attitude-
busy looking over the edge of the cliff, and we look up, and there's a
What was
meteor
that?
in my face.
Me and
like,
her have been discussing whether or not we should
we were
jump
gonna
off the
jump.
cliff.
I got an initiative of 8.
Okay.
I got a 7.
21.
23.
Damn it!
That's
Sorry,
20.
initiative. I'm a barbarian.
Natural 20.
21, 23, and Amemnon as well as Oldon see it and say, "Get away from the cliff!" as everybody begins to move into action.
It's gonna hit the ground.
I've still got a
it's gonna work.
spyglass to my
I'll
fucking
say that
face.
you, as well as about half of the expedition team, have enough time to grab those not attentive and move at half speed away from the ledge.
Yes. Let's.
One.
If it makes any difference, through the spyglass,
One
looking for
hot
groups of people
second.
hiding in the spires, I got a 21.
Sounds good. I will say that you don't see really anything before you're pulled away. You're trying to see any signs of life,
Yeah, I
and
forgot
as
to
you
fix
move,
this.
You get Grudj on.
one thing does strike you.
Yeah.
Off in the distance, about
Oh, I'm
2
actually
miles
standing right
off to
next
the
to
east, there is another cloud of dust
But you can fly.
that appears
Yeah,
to
you
be
can
trailing.
sky. You just need to be pushed out of the way. Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Take
sorry.
care.
What's
Depends
going
on what happens. I guess.
You guys have a moment to
listening
pull
to
away your
two
friends
people.
as the impact
And
of
as
this
somebody's grabbing my the
meteor-
back of my cloak, and I swing my spyglass in surprise, I see a cloud of dust off to the east, about 2 miles.
I'll say
so
like
somebody grab
it's.
you.
I keep using like 2 and 1. It's probably about like 5 miles off.
Okay.
It's not.
So I go,
close.
oh look!
But you guys are able to grab your friends before the ground shakes. Off to the west, it's at a way at a distance. However, this is a large impact. The meteor hits the earth and shakes both the rubble here and the mesa over on the other side. The tip of this cliff face does break off, and you guys just narrowly manage to escape back as the rocks begin to just descend down into this valley between the two.
Did I have enough time? Because
I grabbed you for sure.
Yeah, but I'm not the only person that is a part of my own personal group. I
You
have
rolled really poorly.
Yeah, I got a Kelly that I need
I
to.
left your fucking cauldron.
That I'm going to try to save.
Okay.
When Peter died.
Let me know what are you doing?
So
Wait, what was your initiative?
it was a 7, but Kelly would
I
follow
would say
me once I start moving.
You get around before this thing hits, so you're able to move on your own. It rolled real shit. I rolled real shit.
So we noticed it quite a bit before it happened.
No, I will say the alerts of movement and the grabbing of people happened with enough time for you to get out of the way and use your full movement if you would like to.
Oh,
Before the impact.
I
Leave
guess
it up to you.
the gender-neutral cauldron named
Yeah.
Kelly
Kelly's a gender neutral name, y'all.
would be following me if I moved. So if I got out because someone grabbed me,
I fucking yanked you.
Yeah.
okay.
I was like,
Well,
you're coming with me.
I would say the cauldron has enough time to
so
shimmy
strong.
back.
Yeah.
This huge slab of rock breaks off its tip and slides to the ground, almost in near free fall for the last 150 feet before shattering amidst the pile of rubble on the ground, down below.
Just imagine how fun it would have been to ride down the cliff with the rocks.
Oh,
I know, right?
What are you doing in my
Was that
room?
Spixer?
Yeah, 2 spyglasses.
The 30 of us just
I didn't hand it back
He has
yet.
a third.
I would have pulled Vander out of the way if he would have been.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, we're good. Everyone
Is
got
everyone
ready.
here?
Buddy up.
You can tell
Thanks,
he's
sir.
listening,
How
but
many
he's not.
people are
Like one of his
here?
like gnomish ears twitches your way. but
50
he's
gold,
like,
and I keep one of the spyglasses.
70 gold.
How much?
70 gold.
No. Here.
Practically magical.
Come on, play nice now. Ready?
50's twice market
So,
value.
should we press forward?
Yeah, down. With
So did
If it's done, is it done? Like, if there's
Yeah.
silence,
So we could
there's
either
no
go
more.
down and walk, or we could fly all the way across.
I will say also to anyone who's perceptive enough, which would be you as well as
Bugs.
Bodlin, you notice these sort of like almost like flares on the other side of the mesa that go up and explode in a bombastic fashion.
some sort of signal.
Roll an insight check.
Yes, please.
I say
I'll give you
fireworks and
advantage on that.
elvish.
Perhaps, but I don't think they would be too
Boom, boom,
welcome
pretties.
us.
No.
Insight.
And I'll give you advantage.
That first one's pretty good. Second one's not as good. 27.
27.
I squinted the fireworks in a distance.
You can hear on the wind this almost like carousing, like sort of throng of sound from that direction. It appears to be celebratory.
Oh, it's a concert. Cool.
What is a concert?
I'll take you to one. Neverwinter Sky. Tons.
But a concert?
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like something occurring in the distance
I don't know.
anyway.
I don't know either.
Well, let's keep our wits about. Everyone,
Well, should we go?
stay level-headed. Yeah. And
You alright, Peter? I set you down.
What?
I was like holding you. Sorry.
yeah.
I just got
Vander-
used to it. It's okay.
Vander's good. He's not got like a scraped knee from rubble or nothing.
No.
Okay. We powered through.
I say the expedition team does their same thing like they have, getting everybody in the air with flight before descending slowly. You guys can descend whichever way you'd like to, which I'm very interested in. How are we doing this?
So did the cliff face turn into a steep hill after that?
I'd say it's kind of like a 90-degree angle, and then it goes to 90-degree angle for about 200 feet before sort of the rubble-like slope hits, and then it's
Oh, so
about
it just like
100.
shore off from
Yeah,
that impact.
for sure.
Okay, cool.
Like it had been waiting
Cool,
for something.
cool.
I
Alright.
catch Vander's eye, and I'm on the broom, but I make like I walk off the cliff, and I'm like, oh no! The broom gently descends.
Well, time to test your boots, and I'm gonna step off the edge.
Val, you let
God
Huh?
damn it.
You know the boots work.
I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna step off the edge.
Oh no! Cast flying.
So I will. You said the cauldron was 150.
Yeah,
Okay, that puts me to my limit, but it
It is
says I can
full
carry.
iron.
Hey, you can carry me and we can put the cauldron in the portable hole.
I don't think Kelly would like that.
Tink, 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 tink.
I grab onto the top of Kelly and I just kind of like put my wings out and I also fall off the edge.
Sounds great.
Your
Roll a strength check for me, please.
Your relationship with Kelly.
Roll a strength check for me, please.
I know it's a little toxic, but
Excuse me.
what?
Roll a strength check for me, please.
I hate strength checks. They're
I swear to
bad.
God, if that
Just
cauldron
roll it
falls
for
on
me.
me.
I just want to see.
Falling.
I'm just curious.
Okay. It's an 8, but I'm gonna give myself +5 to make it 13.
That's too bad, because 13 ain't gonna make it either.
It might. It's within my lift carry to be able to be
Oh,
carried.
baby. Oh.
Hunter's rolling nice.
I feel like this is Mintarn all over again when we watched Peter.
I'm just standing at the top of the cliff face
Oh.
watching this.
Watching your friends jump.
Just watching this
Yeah,
happen.
it's
Just watching all of you leave me
It's
behind.
excruciating. So like, you go off the edge and you're like, I have fully got this. You start descending and it's great. It's great for a few moments. You get about 100 feet down and you can feel the sweat from the heat and exertion of the day on your palms. And as you sweat, the sort of legs of the cauldron begin to sense what's happening. And so
Come on, Kelly!
you know when you hoist a dog over water? It like does that thing.
Don't let go!
It's like a dog.
You get about 150 feet before your fingertips are straining to hold on. And then about 25, and with the added mobility of this thing sensing its own imminent peril, it breaks from your hand. Falls about 50 feet into the rubble before hitting its side with a huge bang.
Oh, no.
Tell me
And
it
then-
tucks it
Now
rolls.
all of
And
China
then
knows you're here.
hoists its legs in, bounces about 15 feet in the air, and then begins to roll the rest of the way.
Oh,
on the
that
ground.
loud as fuck.
It's so loud.
That's
It's
so
very loud.
Oh no.
It makes it to the ground, and then
Like it's
there's
an
a brief
avalanche.
moment where it does nothing.
I think you just hear from the top of the cliff face, ha!
I don't hear you because I am diving down towards it to make sure everything's good.
The rest of the expedition crew begins to follow suit, making their way slowly to the ground. And as you get to your cauldron,
No, I'm not gonna wait for that. I'm just gonna jump off the cliff and
it
fall inward.
has not done anything yet. And you notice there is sort of like a hairline crack on the top of it. But it just appears to be stationary. Okay, Kelly. I'll
Yeah.
fix you.
Did your inanimate cauldron die?
I hope not. It hasn't moved yet. They haven't moved
As it
yet.
land?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run back to about 30 feet from the edge of the cliff, and then I'm gonna sprint towards the edge of it, jump off, and do a somersault, and in the middle of the air, turn into a giant eagle and fly down.
Acrobatics check for me just to see how cool it is.
Sure.
Is Reggie like offended?
No, I feel
I
like Reggie
can't.
would
I
be
can't
like
help
into
it. He can't help me with it.
No, just like, you're a bird, he's a bird.
Fuck yeah! It's a dirty 20.
Perfect.
Oh, that looks
Seamless.
19 plus
And you do
one.
hear a couple oohs as
I
the rest of the
have to
expedition crew takes
respectfully.
out from.
Holy shit.
It's not responding to you. Appears to be.
I do a medicine check on it.
Okay, roll message.
I feel like he cares about the cauldron.
I'll
more
give you
than
a.
Sulu.
Yeah, I'm gonna do medicine. That's
Sulu's there with me, also sobbing over Kelly.
Yeah, where the fuck's Sulu in this whole time?
He's been with.
He's been around.
11.
11. I don't know, but it seems dire.
Peter.
I fix them.
Holding on to this cauldron, there's a brief moment where, like, listening in, you're like, Oh no, did the magic break
Stop
within?
breathing.
Before you feel a tap on your shoulder as one of the lower legs has sort of broken to the side and tapped you. And as you're noticing that it's still alive, it pops out all its legs, lands on the ground, and does a little spin.
Wow, that wasn't very cool. Okay,
And like nuzzles you.
I also
once we
a
get back to the
polite
material plane, I'll bring you to a blacksmith.
Bing, bing.
I'm gonna land next to you as a giant eagle and just kind of cock my head at you. Just-
Yeah, whatever. You had a good suggestion.
And just-
I'm gonna let go. Oh.
giant eagle. Like I can carry you and.
Oh, okay.
Super strong.
It is at this point when you guys make get your way to the ground that you do notice, particularly you, that dust cloud does appear to be moving in your direction, and it is
Skybound?
about 2 miles off.
Should we be
Oh,
airborne
right.
team? Should we take to the sky?
Well, unless we want to acquire vehicles.
You're an owl.
But I have broken the polymorph. It's just
He's a grudge.
I'm gonna ask Kelly if they want to ride in the hole.
They don't speak, so there's no response.
It shrugs.
Do they kind of
They sort of like
Move
do,
their body.
do a little half circle.
We
Or
should,
actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep the
We
polymorph
should
on
probably
because
get
it's up to an hour, so I
Let's
only.
just-
Yeah, it
Okay.
makes a little sense for me to
just
exist
do
for
5
so little
seconds.
time.
Yeah.
I just kind of.
Stixer begins to like run in the direction of those two spyglasses
Right,
on
I'm
either
gonna
eye,
flap my
saying
wings.
like,
I'm gonna
"Man,
grab.
those things
I'm gonna,
can truck it."
I'm gonna grab Nuanen. I'm gonna fly forward. I'm gonna grab Spixer.
Good.
And we're gonna fly to where we're supposed to be going.
Little leggies.
Sail on the broom along with somebody else.
I just let
The mesa is about a mile off to the north, and it's like you guys are running a gauntlet between this thing coming at you and you guys getting to any safety. How do you want to do this? is what
Well,
I'm
I'm thinking most of the wizards have already cast fly or some version of
Yeah.
fly upon
You get-
themselves. So off we
We're
fucking go.
racing, we're
Let's
running.
just go.
saying. Sounds good.
Get as much
Um,
out of it as we can.
It's a mad dash. You guys are exerting yourselves through your arcana to make it. It is sort of like a brutal hour, and as this sort of group of moving vehicles catches up with you guys, because you guys are moving about half speed,
Yeah.
you notice as you are approaching this mesa that there is a streak of fire that bursts out from one of the sides as you guys are cresting around. And the first vehicle to the right, not the main one, but the one off to the right, is exploded with this blast. As your attention is turned towards, you notice that there is a creature on sort of like a Gatling gun style cannon that appears to be affixed to the side of the mesa. They are a red-skinned devil with a bunch of spines all over themselves, laced in like these sort of like scarlet fabrics that appear to be covering most of them, and they have just like with the smoking cannon aimed at these assailants and begin to sort of like, with the help of 2 imps, load this cannon again as you guys are passing through between both of them.
How far are they?
So 2 different parties are fighting
I'd say they're
each
about
other?
50
Sounds
feet
like
up this
that aren't us.
this mesa.
Is that like
and
two
they're,
people are 2 groups
Yeah,
are
2
fighting?
groups are.
They're a
2
good
groups are fighting. Yeah.
400 to 500 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Yep,
just
Right.
Just
probably
moving. We are not getting ourselves involved in a
No.
turf war.
I'm gonna tell you from personal experience that is definitely best.
You guys hear the throng of those horns off from this team as they begin to just race towards this mesa. You guys, between the two, there's a brief bit as the next cannon fires again, blasting the ground in front of one of the vehicles as it deftly swerves around. You guys are able to,
They were blowing horns.
yeah.
Okay.
Peter, no.
I'm going to try to make like a deception check and blow my own horn in response, as if we're like getting
Chaotic.
chased and we need like shelter.
Do you want it to sound the same?
Yeah, I'm trying to do like a.
Do you have helmet?
Imitate
We
one
need.
of them?
Yeah, we need help. We're coming in. That
Okay.
kind of thing.
Sounds good. Roll a persuasion check.
Don't get involved in other people's turf wars.
Add to the chaos.
This is their territory.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I promise you.
Girl, you're chaotic neutral right now. You don't give a
I
shit.
know.
Okay.
That's old Nuanen with the
Yeah, old Nuanen
old
would give a fuck.
Nuanen with care.
14.
14. Okay.
I'm
With,
just amused, I guess.
You gonna boost that?
I did boost it.
You are midway through this horn blast that sounds exactly
You're
the
gonna make
same
one side
as
of
this
this.
other horn. Before
Don't look over it.
before the well, how am I gonna do this? This is
You're gonna shoot me with a cannon?
confusing.
I'm
Well,
gonna die immediately.
I will say before you hear in your mind, stop! As Heidi is like screaming through a little like throng of something, it startles you just enough to change
Make, like,
the
a
pitch
sad
of the
fart.
horn to go woo, and it changes the pitch a bit. You see the cannoneer look in your direction before the he like
I had a good idea.
raises his arms and flashes 3 hand signals to you.
Oh, sure.
And then turns his cannon over to that same group of assailants before blasting another cannon blast right in front of the buggy, and you see the buggy topple over and like go completely upside down as these creatures begin to open out and just start running towards these things. You seem to have convinced him that you are not the same as this group, however unintentionally it may have been. I'll say you guys clear the distance between you and this mesa, and as you do so, the cannon gets off like 3 more blasts. They have the upper hand, and as the sort of piecemeal remnants of whatever warband this is collect themselves, they strap on to the last 2 bikes available with the smoldering wreckage of the 2 vehicles they've lost, and begin to turn tail and make their way out as you guys crest around the corner of this mesa and see before you about a handful of those similar sort of like those like stone spires, and a number of blue and red and tan hide tents that appear to be at the precipice of some sort of entrance. There is this just huge, I guess like bone and stone and shrapnel gate just behind those. And then there's a few vehicles that appear to be parked out in front of it as you guys have found your way to the Cat's Catch.
I'm gonna go down to the ground and I'm gonna wait around for a little bit while Kelly catches up.
I would say my eagle looks very much like a giant form of Reggie.
Cute.
It takes a long while. Well, I guess they're kind of moving at a similar speed, huh?
We'll move a little slower,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. But they managed to make their way. As you guys hit the ground, Amemnon immediately pulls his hood up. You see all of the other wizards begin to like pull their hoods up and dress themselves in rags and other fabrics as they begin to move forward. And they say, Amemnon speaks to all of you and says, "All right, we've made it. We might need to get to safety soon. Don't say anything. I will ask for permission to enter."
What's with the rags and the hoods? We weren't told about that. What's that?
Disguise yourselves, as he pulls from his bag a couple other of these blankets and cloaks for each of
We
you.
used to have a disguise kit.
All right.
Probably good for Vander and I.
do that.
If I have any
I'm
makeup
gonna just
in it.
wrap myself very tightly and put my hood up.
I'm gonna drink a potion and make myself look more devilish.
Sounds good. Amemnon takes the lead with Guile as Oldan and Vander sort of flank the 2 sides of you.
I pull Vander aside and with use of a disguise kit, apply some sort of foundation to the pieces of our skin that are out in the open.
Sounds good.
kind of hiding
roll a
the
dexterity,
sparkles.
dexterity check for me.
Peter, does this look alright?
Do you want some help?
What do you think? Does that look good?
Okay.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks good.
22.
During the about like 15 minutes as you guys have to prepare for this encounter, as you guys approach, Vander speaks directly to you and says, "All right, there's no guarantee that they're going to be accepting of mortals here, and this place does serve as a respite for some of the battalions. So keep quiet. Everything's been organized before this. Try to keep a low profile if you can. It goes for all of you."
Do not excel at that, but
I,
have my word.
I think I
will
already failed as like I have like huge horns and my eyes became more spherical and like bulging,
Thank you
and my
for
teeth
being
are a little
kind.
bit more obvious. I'm like, I think I'm fitting pretty good.
Well,
I'm like
that's-
super scary looking.
That's great.
Your face
would-
looks like it's begging to meet a fist.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe.
What? I'm just saying.
Is it your fist?
Maybe.
I'd rather have it be your fist than.
Do you want it to be?
Well, I mean, if I have to choose
We've many
between
more
your
enemies
fist and other
than
Let's
fist.
not fist anybody today,
No fisting right now.
Okay.
Get in.
if that's okay.
All right.
Uh,
Okay, no fisting.
you missed swear.
You guys approach. There's sort of a gauntlet. I've used the gauntlet a lot today. There's a throng of these sort of like tent-like structures that appear to be awash with a number of devilish types. There are imps flitting about in the air. There are these devils laden with spines talking with certain people. And it almost looks like a hellish marketplace that stands before an immense crack in the side of this mesa. Beyond it, there's this sort of periphery wall. Yeah, go ahead.
I swivel, pull an eye patch out of my bag, swivel the eye patch to the back, and push the hagstone to the front, enabling me to see into the ethereal realm as we move.
Ooh, that's really cool! There are a couple of spirits that appear to be traversing this area. There's one tent in particular that's like this sort of like murkish brown hide. It's like a 4-post tent, and 3 of the sides, actually I would say 4 of the sides have coverings, but one of them is roped open. In the darkened interior, you see sort of a hunched, older creature with these sort of rolled black locks that descend down beyond their face. One of their eyes is sewn shut and the other eye is open, and as it looks in your direction,
No.
it flashes this sort of brilliant yellow as it makes contact with you.
I don't need to make contact.
Before passing to a patron that appears to be moving forward to it. You see there's a rather robust devil, humanoid in appearance. What you could assume, I don't know if, actually, give me a nature check here. I say do it with advantage. You've studied devils.
I have. Vander could have 21, not 20.
This is a cambion. This is sort of like a human devil
Scavenger.
hybrid. And they begin to engage in conversation with this peddler. Sounds good. Pressing forward though, you guys make it through this sort of winding concourse of individuals before you make it to a would-be entrance. This sort of gate of scaffold iron and metal with these 2 impressive devils on either side guarding it. Amemnon begins conversation, beckoning Bithraka through and opens up a contract that he has before the gates open just enough to allow your party to pass through.
Does he confer with them in Infernal?
Yeah, this
So
is
we can
all
hear-
said in Infernal.
okay.
So anyone who can speak Infernal would hear this conversation.
Is that the most prominent language down here? But we can hear.
Everyone's speaking Infernal.
There's
one is
no
speaking
one-
any other language.
Noted. Okay.
Feels oddly welcoming here.
You say in Infernal.
I can't understand fucking anyone.
As you guys enter,
As I whisper in comment.
into a little bit of a dimly lit interior. What am I trying to think of the right word for? Almost like a tavern that stretches 150 feet, stone laden on either side of it, and draped in skins and silks. This change in scenery is almost jarring as you hear laughter and light flickering from firelight and these sort of bouncing magical ambient globes that appear to decorate the wooden ceiling that is probably about 15 feet up. The interior is filled with round tables and long sort of like conference room tables filled with dice games and devils enjoying themselves. At its center, there's this sort of like rectangular bar that stretches about 30 feet long and comes to a point, to a slightly tapered point. You see a bunch of devils gaining frothy sort of like ales of these brackish colors. There is just a feeling of horrifying relaxation to this interior. Amemnon presses forward before meeting with another one of the guards who they have a brief conversation with, and then he says, in Infernal, which you can pick up on, "Wait here, Ithraka will be down and meet you to his conference room." Amemnon turns to you all, and in Infernal towards Vander, relays this information, and Vander tells Heidi, who then uses her message to tell each and every one of you that, okay, we're in, we're fine, everything seems to be good, and keep a low profile. Amemnon seems to be going into a conference room with Bjorfaka to survey some of the land, but we might want to get to a darkened corner and just find ourselves safe. Unless anyone wants to gamble or drink, I'm not here to say anything, but this is relayed over like 3 or 4 messages to each other.
Stare daggers.
I would like to say that I've been just kind of reading everyone outside of the
Get
group
into a fight with
the
one
whole
of
time.
these guys?
Just my history has taught me to pay attention to what other people's intentions may be.
Sounds good.
So could I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have you roll a general perception check.
Okay. Is that an insight?
You can, but I would ask what you want to glean. It's kind of a cacophony of people.
I would
this
like
is
to
a
see-
lively.
I mean, I'd be looking for people that are paying particular attention to us. And I think, just knowing that most devils just want to take advantage of the people around them, I would be looking for people who are more worried that we're there.
I'm going to give you a perception check.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of people.
Okay.
Or a lot of bodies, I'll say.
Alrighty.
Yeah?
What?
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 19.
What?
I'm gonna walk up to the bar.
Okay, sounds good.
19.
19.
Out of curiosity.
There are a couple people who are like got trained eyes on you, but you also notice in the room there are also a number of other cloaked individuals. Some of them held by chains to certain devils. But what you notice more important than anything is there are a large number of devils in this group that appear to have these almost like metal-like pieces on some of their lapels.
Lords of
One
Lights.
grotesquely large bulbous creature with 2 minuscule sort of wings that is sort of draped over an armchair at a what's that one roulette table that appears to be throwing in some piecemeal coins every once and again that is decorated in these medals. They appear to be tokens of some sort of battalion, and they're all very similar. However, you might not know exactly what they look like.
Looks like military regalia.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
my
yeah.
19, do I see Nuanen going off to the bar?
Also, you're not paying attention to that right now.
Okay, good.
Nuanen, as you approach the bar, you notice that there's a couple Cambians, what you would know as Cambians, that are running this oblong bar. One of them approaches you and speaks in a language you don't understand. They fold their arms over the table and begin to like say like.
I'm just gonna point. I'm gonna just point at one of the drinks.
They slap the table, turn around, and grab
pull
you
my hood.
sort of like a thick black liquid in like a shot cup, and then hand slides it across the table, and then sort of taps the table and goes, "Oh, guys."
I'm just gonna like gesture for money. Like I'm asking how much it is.
Sort of like eye you quizzically. Do a persuasion check.
With like confidence. Like I'm just too cool to talk.
Persuasion check. I want to see how much confidence you have.
Just like the ultimate cool
Like,
Joe.
how much is it? You said what is it?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah, go ahead. What was that?
When we enter in, like, what is the vibe as far as like what the devils
Okay,
are
let's
wearing?
see.
Are they like mostly shirtless?
That's 18.
Mostly.
There's a lot of different apparel. Most of them have sort of dressings of like stitched skin like clothing that comprises a lot of what they wear. Some of the devils that have more horrifying details like spines and chains appear to have like almost like those epaulets on them, as well as like other signifiers of military rank. What was that?
What? I got an 18.
18. They sort of like nod at you, and then there's this like sort of wicked smile before they turn back, pour another shot for themselves, and then slide it over and clink the glass next to you. And then they down it.
I pick it up and down it.
Okay, so roll Constitution saving throw.
It's not poison.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah,
It's a double check.
17.
17. Okay, that's gonna be half damage.
Delicious.
Is that a
What's
spell?
it? You have to explain to me what this tastes like when you've got a minute.
Liquid fire.
It is 10 points of poison damage to you. As the second this touches your lips, and it is like almost the viscosity of like snot.
I was thinking nail polish.
It's sort of like this fermented, chunky, like blackened ooze, like a curdled blood almost,
It's a
and
black
tastes similar. It's very tinny in nature, with this this biting acidity to the back of it. It goes down hard, and it affects you hard. You can feel your stomach almost like shrivel a bit.
This is
as
the
it
worst thing
hits.
to put in your body in a
Ever.
long time.
And it is. I will say, I'm gonna have you roll a deception check if you want to conceal the horror of this.
Okay,
Maybe you
I
drink
sure
it.
will.
But you don't
in hell.
spit it up or
Maybe you can
anything.
drink
There's
this.
no
I take
like.
it like a
Don't
champ.
like them.
You do take it like a champ. You save that
Like
save.
Hellraiser, where like you don't enjoy it, so you.
That is a 15 deception.
15. So
You
it's
enjoy
good.
everything bad.
They clink your glass at the same time, and you have a moment to kind of like rebuff. Before they set it on down, take your glass with them, and turn around to begin polishing it, and sort of like wave you off.
I walk away.
I have my eyes on you this whole time, and I'm like,
As you turn around, you see me look around the room. I put the cloak on, I put the hood up, and then I step out of the front of the cloak as I separate myself from Denaktar. And I
sounds
have
good.
I have Denaktar sit at the table while I
Is it wearing anything?
yeah, it's wearing the
Naked.
cloak and
Okay.
all the clothes I was wearing.
Perfect.
So I'm like,
So you're just like leaving the shell of the person before it starts like sits down
yeah.
and around.
But the cloak
As
is
you
off,
move.
so it's like hiding a little bit, but
I will say you do pull focus for a couple of the devils around you who appear to kind of like look you up and down and go like,
I'm wearing pants. I'll say I'm wearing pants. But I got my tattoos out and everything.
but yeah, goes on without edge.
I look back at them and I give them a big toothy smile.
Yeah, there's several of them. One of them is a spine devil who is sort of like looking at you and goes like, and raises a glass before addressing you. Infernal says, "Can I buy you a drink? That color skin I don't see very often."
Drink sounds good.
What do you take?
I'm gonna go sit down with the spine devil.
You don't know what the fuck
I
you're
know,
saying.
I know.
I
You
would've
feel
given you tongues if
daggers
you'd waited
from
a
a
second.
familiar blue-eyed angel in your back.
Vander breaks from the group, approaches the same Cambion behind the bar that you were talking to, and has a brief
I watch
exchange
him
in
with
Infernal.
curiosity.
You hear him say, like, "Is there a room that I can request, just to make us a little more comfortable? We haven't been here in a while, and this is a bit much for us." They say, "Yeah, that'll be. Let's put it at 15 gold."
I can cover that.
Oh no,
Vander.
Vander hands
Oh,
him
perfect.
this thing before getting a room and says, "Second floor."
Wonderful.
They point him off in the direction of a stairway that winds its way sort of around the bar and up into a level above before Vander reconvenes with the group and tells everyone. you know,
Via Heidi, and we all understand we're going upstairs. Okay.
just like, to say essentially that like there's a location upstairs that's safe if people don't want to
Stay
rabble.
in this area. And we'll relay the message to Amemnon as well, because he's currently meeting
He's
with
gone. Well, actually,
Raka.
so I would say he's still with the group, but he did, while this sort of drink is happening and you're going on,
As we're settling in.
Vander's going around, he's briefly met with an individual that is in stark contrast to a lot of the creatures that frequent this joint. They have sort of this almost like translucent reddish blush to their skin, and they're clad in like next to nothing. It's a woman with sort of long red plaited black hair and two horns that sweep to the side and then descend, almost touching her shoulders before curling out. She has sort of like a hooded eye and walks right up to him, pulling his hand, exchanging a brief bit of words directly into his ear, and then waiting sort of like passively as she like looks at all of your group. Her wings sort of like flitting behind her just a little bit, like sort of
like
settling in.
Demony wings? Like
Yeah.
succubi? Okay.
Do you want to make a nature check?
Yes, may I?
Yeah.
I have another inkling of what this could be, but damn it, that was almost a nat 20, but then it was a 3.
Cool story.
It's a creature. She's definitely important, but she grabs his hand and he has a moment to sort of like look to each of you and like nod.
I give him a wink.
I'm grabbing my first drink.
The devil like pounds the table before clacking your glass.
If I look, can I see if he has the same drink that I took or a different one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I tell?
This is very different.
Okay, I was like,
This almost looks like sort of like a reddish tinged ale.
I do lean into Nuanen and
Either
say,
order you want.
What the fuck did you drink?
Before Amemnon
I
is
can
taken,
smell it on you.
Amemnon is taken to this sort of carved,
But it hurt.
I guess like chamber in the side of the stone across the room that has a grated door in front of it and a plank. There's an attendant there, this sort of like grotesque pile of flesh that sort of like moves and has this rope next to it. It sort of slinks up the rope and pulls it down and continues to do so, slowly ratcheting this elevator-like
Is it a
machine
main?
up. Roll a nature check.
yeah.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and get one more drink.
Just like point at what people
As I
have.
see you leaving, I'm gonna tap you and give you tongues.
Oh.
Oh,
what?
cool. So how does?
You just
I can
understand
just-
and can speak any language.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds
sweet.
good.
I'm gonna go back up to the bar and say,
Hey, Shotster! How can I help you out?
do you have anything else?
I've got everything.
Okay.
Heart's
What's your
desire.
favorite?
Well,
Get some finch.
I'm partial to a little
Finch
bit
wine.
of the
No, the
twang of some but Ichor shots are good too.
You do not want to.
Seems like that might be your style.
You drink
You're not supposed to drink that
You
stuff.
drink ichor.
That's what I expected.
Sure. Not wanting to say no, she says, sure.
I can start a tab for you if you want.
No.
Oh, come on. You're going to be drinking more than just that, huh?
I turn around and look at everybody, trying to be like,
you
what's
see-
everyone doing?
You
What?
see Val just be like,
You worry you don't have the funds?
Perhaps. How much?
Just for clarification, I'm drinking blood.
I think this one is on the house. Just like that last one. And the second you stop entertaining me, then we'll talk about the facts, okay?
Alright.
He winks at you, turns, grabs
Oh,
another one
no.
of those horrifying shots, puts it on the table. Before he takes a different shot, it's sort of this amber liquid. He flicks his finger and it lights on fire, and then clinks your glass.
He
Before
made a
taking
different
it
one for
down.
himself. I take it.
You see at the end, he spits it out and a gout of flame bursts into the room, and you hear several of the devils like, as you take the next one, roll a constitution saving throw.
I'm 5 feet from you, you can have 5. Or 10 feet from you.
Where's the name?
After I saw her do this the first time, I definitely closed that distance.
23?
23, yeah, definitely saves, half damage. You take another 6 points of poison damage.
Oh yeah. Get that sickness.
I just want to know, is this a spell? Is this damage from a spell?
Nope.
Damn it.
Damage from demon.
As you hold your liquor, he says, "So where y'all from? I mean, cloaked like that, I can only imagine you're trying to conceal something."
Where are you
Come
from?
on, we see all types. You don't need to be shy here.
What's the weirdest type you've seen?
Well, about 5 years ago, I saw a blue-skinned celestial descendant walk through. They were a slave, but I mean, interesting enough.
Celestials can be slaves.
You're not from around here, are you? Oh, come on.
What
Let me
makes
get a
you think
peek.
that?
He sort of like
Oh!
to try and look.
Sir, consent.
I pull the hood down a little bit more. I'm from all over.
That's hot. She's cool and hot. Give her a pass.
Yeah, you don't gotta lie to me.
It's not a
We're
lie.
friends. I got your back, at least as far as alcohol's concerned. You might have mine as long as you don't stir up trouble. However, I can't be held accountable for what these boys might do to you in these walls.
I'm from Faerun.
Ah, mortal traveler.
For now.
You hear that? Got a bunch of mortals here.
Shit! Oh
Here, like the other bartenders turn and like hoop and holler, and like a number of the devils look in your guys' direction.
Have a good night.
Hey! Settle down. They got Bithrak as seal, so no funny business. As they look to everyone, you see a number of the devils, particularly those of you who have been eyeing them.
Yeah, I'm
Grudj,
definitely not trying to make eyes, but
and
I've made
Valenccya.
so many eye contacts.
You notice that that creature, the bulbous, huge one, will look over in your direction and sort of like grab his money that he's been betting before slowly pocketing it, standing up, and beginning to move towards some of the devils that he's been around.
Wait, you're talking about the big guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
And at this point, several of the wizards are moving upstairs.
Great. I gesture up to the stairs and look to you three.
While everybody is distracted from the, because I want to do this, everyone's distracted from all this, I am going to message Dinaktar. I'm going to tell him to come over and address me as master.
Trying to look
Okay,
cool.
sounds good.
And,
Can I get a sleight of hand? Just because the other guy's there. You can do so with advantage because he's a little drunk.
okay. And is there people sitting alongside of me too?
Yeah, he's kind of beckoned his friend over, and you guys are talking about, who they are, where they come from.
Okay. So
Asking you some questions.
I look at the devils next to me. Which one looks weaker?
Ooh, there's
Peter, don't start a fight.
There's one of them that's a little slighter in build. The other one's a little more tough looking. But they both appear to be spine devils.
They're both spine devils.
Yeah. But you and Pete. You can't just roll the dice. What are you doing?
Well, you told me to roll a sleight of hand.
Oh, sounds good. Yeah. It's the point he says, I think a little bit of the rules are in order since you're in the cat's clutch already. You are not safe, any of you, to your own actions. We have one thing, and that is do not fuck up. Because if you do, the wastes will have you.
What do you mean by fuck up?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of answers to that question. You could piss off the wrong people, start a fight with the wrong people, not pay your tab, mess with one of the lovers upstairs in the wrong way. Anything your little mind can imagine.
How do I not piss you off?
I mean, so far you're not rubbing me the wrong way, so I say we just keep on with this and we see how it goes.
Sure.
But paying your tab will keep me in spirit.
You said I didn't have a tab yet.
Well, right, everything's on the house, but I mean, I'm assuming you want to keep drinking.
I look around at everyone again, and it seems like everyone's kind of
You
doing their
notice
whatever.
that Grudj is at
I'm
the
like,
foot of the
"Sure."
stairs looking at you just like, are you fucking kidding me?
You probably go to turn around and just casually bump into Valenccya, standing much closer than you thought she was.
I love
on your
it.
Side.
I
Mortals are
stare
always
you
so
directly
reckless.
in the eye and turn around.
Little lives means you have to take big risks, huh? It sort of turns. What can I get you?
Let's try something else.
Okay. I'll
We
try
tried
you on
two.
this. Yeah.
Shits it out of his butt.
Hungarian fire whiskey.
Ooh, I do like whiskey.
Something like this. It's fermented in the belly of a curate.
Sure. And I knock it back?
Okay, sounds good. Roll contact.
I rolled a 19.
You can have my +5.
Oh, lovely. For
I'm,
a sleight of hand,
right
you don't notice.
behind you,
As Naktar
chaperoning.
moves up and
It's
says,
20.
Master, you wanted something?
Yes. Go give me some more drinks.
Whatever this is.
I will
so
do that.
Some more of these. And
Sort of grabs the glass.
get
looks
one
at
for
it.
my friend here. He can speak Infernal, right? Because he knows my languages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Turns. Moves.
Oh, and I chuck some gold too.
So
Like,
does the
it
Naktar
falls
go
on
to
the
bar
ground
next
before
to
he
me?
sort of like turns, shuffles, picks it up, moves back, gets you the exact same order that you had, and has a very eloquent conversation with the barkeep.
Hey, the Naktar.
What was your save?
20.
20? Okay, sounds good. You don't take any damage, but it is hard stuff. It does burn, and as you breathe out at the end, there is a little bit of a burst of fire.
Oh,
Cool.
that was fun.
After
fun
you're
at a
done.
party. Tastes better
Reminds
than
me of the one time I ate the pepper and
Oh, the
had fire breath. A little bit.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that does not make your breath smell great.
No, it probably does.
smells a little
You
flammable.
hear in the back of your mind Heidi's very peaceful voice as she says, we might all want to at least convene in the key conference room, but just because we don't know if we're safe here, so...
I nudge you.
I
Feel
guess I
pretty
have to
safe.
go.
I'll see you around.
Okay.
Cicerin, if you have to call for me. And he turns to another patron.
I lean forward because the guy across the table, the spy devil.
I walk you to the stairs. Where?
Well,
Yeah,
No,
been
I've gone
together
upstairs at this point. She
I
turned
can only
around for me.
assume
All right, fine.
It's
Make your choices.
much different. I've been as far as Manin, and that place is wild. But I'm sure that you could tell me tales that would boggle my mind, wouldn't you?
yes. If I had time, I'd tell you more. Just
Exactly.
know I'm from the 8th layer. But I have to go. And it's nice meeting you. Maybe I'll keep in touch.
Nice to meet you too.
I stand up. I walk
Hey,
into
if
the
you have any
Naktar.
contracts that you need done, let me know.
Contract work, I can freelance.
Oh,
Keep
the
it
contract
tight.
school.
I'm a mean underwriter.
I'm just like standing.
What
at
about
the
you two?
staircase.
What are y'all doing?
Oh, I went upstairs.
Okay, sounds good.
I've been playing Watchdog over Nuanen, drinking, and now Peter, as you enter the stairs, I'll go up with you.
I got some new spine devil friends.
Yeah, did you make friends?
Yeah.
What's that like? They seem like nice guys?
They
With their
seem
names?
they seem like people I don't want to ask too many questions of, because
Yeah.
the more I learn, the more I would hate them.
Yeah, you keep your distance if you can.
The second floor has like kind of a twisted amount of the amenities of home. It appears to resemble like a
Hotel?
yeah, like an inn of sorts.
Hotel.
There is an immense sort of meeting room at the center with these like stitched skin armchairs
Oh, I do
and
not see.
couches
No.
next to fireplaces on either side, carved into stone like mouths of devils themselves, with roaring fires. There's about 4 of them that astride this main room. And then chiseled into the walls themselves are these, what you would assume as like conference rooms or inn rooms that are behind these hard iron doors with similar motifs. I believe it was Vander who got the key. He moves over to one of the doors with an infernal
Like a matching.
sign on it that says "To Be." Opens the door deftly, and in the interior is a long conference table and sort of like fired sconces on either side. And the room is your guys' to inhabit for the brief period.
I go over to one of the chairs. I rub it with a finger. Is this people? Yeah, maybe.
Well,
What?
Do I learn anything from?
you hear it scream in pain as you poke it.
I'm gonna sit on it and see what
Oh.
happens.
The main
What?
Oh, what was your nature check?
22.
It was a lemur.
Olimir. Don't sit on them.
No, the chair.
The chairs are just skin,
okay.
but
Okay.
they appear to be in sort of like a state of torture. Like these are souls serving their purpose in hell.
I'm gonna choose to sit on the floor.
The conference room has wooden chairs.
I'll just side straddle the broom. I'm not in a hurry.
I'll sit on a wooden chair.
Lovely. It doesn't scream at you, just so you know.
Is it like demon tree wood?
It does have sort of like twist. The knots of it resemble these sort of agonized faces.
Hey, that one kind of looks like an agonized face.
Maybe you should go sit on it. Sorry.
I haven't been in hell for that long.
You
You're
can sit
right,
on my
you're
lap if you want.
Better than these hell chairs.
Okay, come on.
I just-
Memnon's,
Is there anything you guys
Stand.
wanted to do in the time that you're waiting for Mithraka and Amemnon to conclude their conversation? Any carousing, gambling, exploration you want to do in the next about like 15 minutes?
Just gonna wait.
no
I'm
box.
gonna pull out one of my wood projects, but I'm gonna respond and say it was terrible.
Was it
like
good?
the worst?
No?
but it was fun.
But you
there
had
was-
2 of them, just
3.
to confirm. Oh, a third
I had
just
3.
to follow up.
Yeah, 3 different ones, but they were
I
all
think you're
equally
feeling
terrible.
it, but it's also like the worst drunken state
Oh no!
you've probably ever had to
It's that
sustain.
sick drunk. The sick
It's
drunk
not-
that you can't throw up.
Exactly.
You feel
It's not like
hungover
you're like
before
super
you throw up.
inebriated. It's like your stomach
You're towards the end of
hurts and you're
Yeah.
not drunk yet.
the night. Oh no, they were bad. The whiskey was okay. I just
Money?
kind of like lean over.
You
on
can
the
only imagine that
table.
your esophagus is blistered. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna just put my head down for a bit.
Okay, well, not close to any of the knots that look like screaming faces.
No,
You know,
just
keep away
here
from those
on
ones.
the wood.
So with all the chairs that are
every
terrible,
single one of them.
it gave me an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like sit in the air, and then I'm going to like hover out of the Naktar, and I'm gonna sit on the Naktar's lap,
Lovely.
and he's just gonna be a chair.
Maybe I'll
The
sleep
15
through the
minutes
night.
passes pretty quickly as all of you guys.
Actually, seeing Nuanen in that state, I'd probably just go, "Hey,
Whoa.
What?
how you feeling?"
God.
Great Mayfly.
Just-
peachy.
You should punch him.
Just making
Nobody's
noise.
touching any.
Occasionally, just big spikes of noise, knowing that you're feeling
Oh,
miserable.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to look at you now? Am I allowed to look at you?
Oh no, it's fine. Just make decisions that could
Certainly
potentially
can't not hear
get you
him.
killed. It's fine.
So?
Hey, Nuanen, catch. I throw a bottle over at you.
I don't catch it.
Roll an attack roll.
I look over at all the wizards, and for once I'm envious and think I've chosen the wrong group.
Am I using
Most
Dex?
of them are taking off like their clothing to the
Yeah.
point of like comfort. They're like sitting, taking a breath, drinking from canteens, like just enjoying the time in a space that feels like safe and calm.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the screaming chairs, though? They're pretty unsafe.
Those are in the foyer. This is in the little conference room with the wooden. No, those chairs don't scream. They creak a little bit, and it sounds maybe like it could be screaming, but not really. It's more like.
I rolled a 7. A 6. 7.
It misses you entirely and shatters on the ground.
I try again.
What was that? That you just threw it?
21.
Oh, that
You get hit in the head with a
that
bottle.
hits.
It has lesser restoration in it.
Roll damage. I want you to roll a d4 for
Roll
me.
damage and then add healing.
I don't
What would
think you
that
should
do?
hit people with glass.
You have to
Drink it, it'll make you feel better.
You don't have
Not
to
that you
drink
deserve
You don't
it.
necessarily have to drink it. You could make it topical, but it's 1 damage.
You
And
take a bit of damage.
if it broke, it is a topical lesser restoration, so your poisoned
For
condition
fun,
that you
yeah.
have right now from all of the horribleness is
I would
lessened.
say you still feel like crap a little bit. However, what comes over you is not only just a feeling of like, my mind is at ease, but also the stress that you have been under over the last 3 days feels to melt a bit,
Oh, nice.
and your alignment does shift back to chaotic.
Ah. Blessed be.
Oh,
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay. Because it's a lesser.
yeah.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Over 15 minutes passes, very simply before you hear a rap on the door and a Memnon in his robes, as well as another figure, sort of clouded in robes, enters.
Not-
They are about 6 feet tall. As they pull off this sort of like draped silk that they have over them, they reveal the face of a black-furred panther. One of their eyes is sort of covered in this, I guess the surrounding area of it is blighted. Their skin appears to sort of like pucker and is scarred. It descends down to their jowl and down their neck, and their figure is very gaunt. They they have very prominent cheekbones, and their right ear appears to be almost torn completely off. It's sort of like a nubbin that flips every now and again. They are dressed in opulent silks of purples and reds, mainly a sort of like blood red scarlet motif to everything. Their sashes are laden with these golden coins that serve to be purely decorative. Their attire is sumptuous, of velvets and silks, and as they enter they say, "Friends, come all this way from the material plane. Nice to finally meet you. Memnon has told me a lot, and I'm sure that my reputation precedes me. Bitraka, charmed as I am, and welcome to the Cat's Catch. I hear that you, through his own fault," he sort of like looks to Memnon, "have called in a bit of a favor. I am going to give you my transportation devices. I have many to choose from, and I will give you heartily as long as everything is equal." It's at this point that he's examining your hands that you notice his hands are turned the opposite direction. He says,
Upside down hands.
"You will see that my generosity is very deep, and that I have not only given you the means for travel, your first leg, but also I know a bit about the flyer of the river Styx. One who has, with golden palms, been able to give traverse to those who would consider them mortals in this realm. Amemnon knows all the details, so I shan't go over it. But while you are in my care, I consider you friends. If you need anything, let me know. And I am more than obligated to provide. Although I give you transportation, though, the fuel that you may need to get to wherever you are going is your own to find. So welcome. He sort of looks at all of you quietly.
I stand up and I walk over to Nuanen and sit down.
Good.
Hi.
Where would you suggest we start to find this fuel?
I am assuming you all know that the vessels that go across the land of Avernus require souls for they usually come in the form of an alloy coin. You can get it a number of ways. However, one that comes to mind that would benefit me more than anything is if you were to take out a bit of a problem for me. There is a warlord who runs by the name of Waragashi. Horrifying creature, a gnome, mutated of his own devices, and the demon of his lineage.
Can you say again the name you said first?
Waragashi.
Oh, I like
Wargashii.
I got
Yeah.
Wara Gashreen.
Sort of. It's similar.
Waragashi.
But as long as you know that's the name, that's fine.
How many coins do you need?
Well, it depends on how many you need to travel. Again, I'm willing to give you at least 5 of my vehicles, larger than single use. However, if you want to take Hellriders out of here, I am not going to stop you. But each vehicle will need at least 1 coin for a day's worth of travel. And that, coupled with any relapses you might have, or extra days travel, you may want to acquire a lot. The Waragashi have quite a lot. And they would be able to easily supply you with whatever you have. The problem there is taking them out. They are vicious and also guarded. They reside in a pit of bones that serves as a graveyard off to the east. If you take them out, I may be able to sweeten the deal a bit. You'll have the fuel you'll need, and also there are sufficient upgrades that I might be able to give your own vehicle.
How does Amemnon seem to be taking this?
He's just like looking at him, taking it all in, nodding, looking
Like this was proposed to him perhaps in
Yes,
the other
exactly.
room and it's expected. Okay.
But it is not the only way to gain coins. If you are sheepish and your courage fails you, I'm sure that you can find other ways to scavenge the wastes. I mean, we do it every day. Cannot be that hard, especially with so many.
Well, I think we got the gist of it.
Well, if you wish to survey what vehicles we may have, just ask the lemure off to the eastern scaffold. They can take you down to our
Ask the
bay. And you can meet with my team. They hold our vehicles safely and will give you the rundown of what to expect. But
Great.
while you're here, you are family, so welcome to the Scarlet Hand.
Thank you.
To make your acquaintance.
Well, my home is your home, and We have but one rule. Your doing is your own. Piss off the wrong people, they have every right to take from you your flesh. So, I have business to attend to. Amamnon, should you need sounding of me, Swavrash will grab.
That's the lemur.
No.
I believe that would be the woman that he was
Oh.
talking to initially.
The password is Birastas.
Blisters?
Birastas.
Birastas?
I heard blisters.
A token of my own.
Blisters.
Thank you.
Sort of meets, whispers something to Amamnon before.
Do we overhear what he whispers?
Roll a perception check. A perception check.
A
Perception
perception check?
While he's whispering to Amamnon, I'm gonna lean over to you. Just see his face, it's like melting.
Wait, which one?
Oh, now you're careful.
He is our host.
What'd you get?
17.
17. I'll say it's an
Little
infernal.
elven ears.
I'm trying really hard.
It's an infernal, and you only hear like the last few words that are spoken in a pitch higher, and it says, "Anything for you."
And this is said from the Catman to MMM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Are you getting the vibe that they're like ex-lovers?
They're totally fucking.
All I know is somebody's gonna betray somebody here, and I don't know who it is.
Or just gossiping over here while they're whispering.
The room falls silent as he leaves. Amamnon sits down in the chair and says, "Oh, rest. Well worth it, my friends. We've made it. First leg of our journey finished."
Quick question. Do the beds scream too?
Stop!
Are there beds in here? I
No!
thought it was just a conference room.
No. However, if you do need rooms, this will not be it. I can acquire the last 4 in this hallway are ours to take.
I mean,
Yeah.
beds
Who wants the
can
keys?
scream.
He sort of like hands out 2 sets of keys, each person.
Let's just
I'll say your group can have 1 or 2 if you're convincing, and the rest.
One is plenty, thank you.
We're able to share spaces with others.
One double bed is good enough for all 4 of us, right?
File in there! One big bed.
I'll sleep on the
We're used to
floor,
that,
it's fine.
right?
Yeah.
I'm used
Now,
to
Guile,
sleeping
if
everywhere.
you'll excuse us, everyone, I have some planning to do.
I guess we'll leave.
As we go to leave, I'll just catch a Memnon and Guile, or one or the other, and just be like, and let us know if you need any assistance in the preparations. We would be happy to assist.
We will. She sort of like lingers her eye on you.
I lingered my eye on her.
I
I give her a
Where-
wink just for fun. What was that?
She does not wink
She
back.
does not wink back? I note that.
Where does it seem like Amamnon and Guile are going? Or
They go
are
to
they
the,
just
so
hanging
one
out?
of the rooms that they've gotten off to the side.
Can I see this room?
Yeah. It's so like at the end of this area, there is about 4 rooms on either side, and they take the room that's closest to you on the right hand side.
I am gonna cast clairvoyance
Ooh!
through my ancestors, through my
Ooh!
spirits, and I can create an invincible sensor within range. I don't know if you guys know what the spell does, but
Can you give me just a
little
little bit of
orb.
flavor? I just want to see what this looks like.
Do you
What
do
it
it
looks
in
like?
the hallway? Or do you
I
do it in
think-
front of them?
I think since it's the first time I've ever done it, I think I'm not really aware that I'm doing it.
Okay.
But I'm just sort of like staring off after them, and I start talking to the voices in my head, and I start actually like, cause my ancestors are always talking to me at all times, and I actually flip back into actually listening to what they're saying, and they're like, oh, you should watch, or we can watch, and so I am talking, like busy in my head talking to them, and I go, all right, go ahead. and an orb.
Okay.
I guess like sort of aura.
Valenccya,
A
question.
red orb.
Yeah.
Do you still have the hag's eye on your eye?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay, you see.
But I don't move. I almost become extremely still.
I'll
like
say
I'm
that
in my own thoughts.
during this, you guys only kind of notice a slight shift in her temperament, but you see
If
the
you have true
like
sight.
a reddish.
She's
well,
got
I
the
don't
hag's
have
down.
true sight.
Okay. Or
I guess
see
well-
into the air.
invisibility.
Oh, you have
If
to
it
be able to
is-
see true sight
You
or
have-
see
it's
invisibility.
only
It's not
s-
ethereal.
oh, then never mind.
It's see
But
invisibility
is
or
it like
true
a
sight.
ghost? Is it like a
so-
spirit? Because
so-
spirits are in the ethereal plane.
I'm creating an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to me or in a place that I can see, like behind a door or corner or something. It remains in place for the duration. It can't be attacked or interacted with. I can choose seeing or hearing or use an action to flip between both of them. And it just stays in that space. And the only creature that can see it is a creature that has see invisibility or true sight. If they can see it, it's just like a little orb the size of my fist.
Okay, I'll say you see nothing.
I'm gonna place an orb in their room and choose hearing.
But this is just something for me to know, and I
Yeah.
think it's great.
And I'm gonna choose hearing so I
Okay.
can listen to them.
Do I
the
notice
whole
you
night.
curse kind of
Yes.
space out?
We
But
see
I'd
the
say
temperament.
my eyes change red, like they do
Yeah.
when I like rage or something, and I'm just like staring after them, and the eyes flick red.
Okay,
For
sounds
a moment,
good.
I'll say.
All right, I see that. I'm just gonna grab your
Can I
elbow and
talk
kind
with
of
you
lead
in
you.
another
Yeah. 1 second. Get back
Oh, she gets a
1
secret
second.
chat. Oh, I didn't realize there was a place I could be putting my feet up on this table.
to. And I'm just gonna leave it there
Try
for the
that. That's
night.
lovely.
And spy on them.
Oh, hey, hello.
Got a little footrest
You got a
down
little
here.
footrest under here. Put your little feet under there.
I have a
Sorry,
computer.
it makes no sense in that room.
I have a
All the light
computer.
switches in this house are like.
And Bean's like, I'm gonna hang out with you.
Bean went in there.
Yeah.
Got in on the secret.
Gonna ask
I was
Bean
gonna
went
say,
in
I'm
for
gonna
it.
put my arm through her elbow and just kind of lead her because I'm like, I recognize that look.
Well, yeah, and I wonder if it would be kind of the same as when you ward through your familiar and you lose
Yeah.
a little bit of.
But
You're-
she's only losing hearing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now.
She would have sight.
I don't know, because every time that we've said I'm even sharing senses,
But
it's
her-
like
her
so much of my
spell-
attention is on that.
But her spell says one or the other. It doesn't say both.
And
So-
I wonder, because some spells specify it replaces your senses, and some spells are.
This one, it just says you can choose to hear or see, but not hear and see. And you can switch between them.
Read it real quick.
Oh, again.
Eli,
Yeah.
I need to know how long your tongues last.
An hour.
An hour. Okay.
I was like, what kind of question?
An hour.
That's such a good spell, too.
It would be close.
Well, total we're only
we were only
looking
drinking
at
for a
30
little while.
minutes. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe 20. Between
yeah.
going back
And then
upstairs.
the 15 upstairs.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Range. If you were interesting.
You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space.
To see or hear as if you are that little bubble, depending on where you put it. So if you put it in a bad location and they walk away, you might not be able to hear as good as if you had put it in the location they were directly speaking.
Clairvoyance is such a handy spell to have everyone.
I've never encountered it before. I've never.
Never had it?
No, I've never had it. I've never seen anyone use it.
Ugh.
Are you dancing? Are you dancing? She loves to dance. Like if you just even make like little wiggles at her, she always dances.
You want to dance?
Oh my god, this is taking so long. I wonder what she's hearing.
What isn't she hearing? She's got.
I don't know.
She can switch between hear and see. So if she's got
Well,
questions
she's
about what
obviously
she's
understanding it.
yes, because if
Because-
At least
Getting the
for
full
a
message.
period of time.
Right.
yeah.
They're talking about how they're going to leave us all
Tongues is
behind.
such a clutch spell because I can cast it on other people and myself, and it's not concentration.
Does it have
Is
cast at higher levels?
Is it
Uh,
conjuration? Tongues?
No, it's not
Evil.
conjuration. It's not a concentration spell.
So you could cast it multiple times.
I can cast it multiple times, but it only affects one target. But because it's not concentration, it just lasts an hour.
You can cast it as many times as you need.
Well, as many times as I have to another slot.
Ah.
Bina.
Don't you over listen, Nate.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
Bleed from your
Okay,
eyes
okay,
and
okay,
mouth.
okay.
Why are you looking at me?
Everyone sit down.
Everyone sit down!
Oh, Nader Tater's not here.
Nader Tater.
Nate's in the bathroom.
You don't say shit.
He's not potty yet.
No, because I have something to narrate.
Nader the Narration.
Baby.
I like the idea though of like she doesn't understand exactly what she's doing yet because it's like brand new kind of thing. I like that.
As your friend has sort of an ambient glow behind her eyes in a different way than before, where they flared to life for you in particular, what you had seen. That red is less intense and it's more pointed. She appears to be fixating on something, and there's about 10 minutes that pass in the time of
I
when
think
this
I would
starts.
have
And I'm
put
completely
my
still.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm
I
not
would have
moving.
I would have put my arm through hers and kind of guided her back to the room.
Yeah, I would say as you guys
recognizing
leave,
a familiar,
you absolutely can.
a familiar tuning into something else.
The expedition crew is kind of like quizzically looking, however,
I'm keeping a
not
distance
necessarily
from them.
expecting.
Yep.
But as you guys leave, you
I'm
manage to
keeping
get into one of the private rooms, and this 10 minutes pass without any sort of breath of communication between you and your friend. That is, until you see it instantly fade, and you're brought back. And that's where we'll end the session.
Ooh.
Yeah! We're getting to the end. Boo-doo-ba, ba-doo-ba, boo-ba.
Good night,
Everyone have a good night. Good night.